just a case. You're not just a client. You're a person, and you deserve support. You deserve simplicity. You deserve communication. When you hire an attorney, you deserve clear, risk-free advice that guides you to the best possible outcome in your injury case. And that's exactly what the advocates have been providing for over 30 years. After your accident, you deserve closure. You deserve compassion. You deserve peace of mind. You deserve an advocate.
This is The Monty Show, the truth in sports talk streaming. When you want unbiased opinions about your favorite team without the spin, all you have to do is find The Monty Show, streaming live and available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on YouTube. And now, here's Monty.
Hey, The Monty Show live on Monday, February 23rd. It is already February 23rd. Cannot believe it. Right here on The Monty Show, as always, presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. I know a lot of rain, a lot of weather across lots of this country, certainly in the mountain regions. There is just snow everywhere. There is rain everywhere. Slow down and be careful. And if the worst happens, be ready to get the best at theadvocates.com, who reminds you, hey, you got to get the distractions out of the car, right? You already got the kids in the car. Their friends are in the car. Your phone is in the car. The radio's in the car. The Monty Show's in the car, Monty. Pay attention to the road. Take the distractions away. Be safe. And if you get in an accident, get to theadvocates.com. 24/7, 365. That's when and where you can reach the advocates. And the best part is you never reach into your pocket to pay the advocates. And I think it's a really important point because we all have these beliefs in our minds about how, hey, having a lawyer, getting a lawyer is really expensive. I can't afford it. You don't have to worry about any of that. No, just hand the claims process to the advocates, right? There are no consultation fees. There are no big retainers. No, you don't pay the advocates unless and until they win your case. So you have nothing to lose. Even if you're not sure you need an attorney, advocates.com. Car accident, advocates.com. Jake's dog breaks out of his house, mauls your kneecap, advocates.com. It's pretty simple. Isn't that right, Jake?
Yeah. I mean, whatever happens, you just call them.
Jake and his weed-smoking golf buddies this weekend
hit
you in the face with a stray drive, advocates.com.
Correct.
There's a price to be paid for Jake's terrible golf.
That's correct. That's correct. Couldn't have said it better myself.
Shout out to, look at James. Look at our guy, James, like the 9th guy in today. Good to see you, James. Good to see you. And I just want to say, my guy, congratulations on destroying TCU basketball season. I'm happy for you that your reign of terror continues in the state of Texas, and that anything you touch.
This is just a really sad state of affairs.
Yeah, anything you touch turns to absolute sphincter discharge.
Yes.
I mean, it is amazing that James went all TCU, and I would like to let everybody know that TCU is now officially 7-7 in the Big 12. So, and here recently they did beat West Virginia by scoring 60 whole points, and that was the entire game.
But listen, the blacklisting of TCU is only on the heels of the blacklisting of Oklahoma State basketball.
Right.
Because James came out and told us we were wrong about Oklahoma State, and then all of a sudden they went downhill.
Right.
So he quickly graduated and matriculated to TCU, now they went downhill. So, I mean, it's just there's a lot of momentum for James right now, and it's been a great season for him.
Yeah, it's fine. I guess it just is what it is. It is what it is. And James, my guy, it is always really good to see you. And, I'm happy for you. Did you watch the Olympic tournament, the hockey tournament, Jake?
Yes, it was a good time.
I think this is, as much as I have seen, this is the greatest showcase in the history of hockey. And I will continue to say, I understand that we all want to live in 1980 in Lake Placid, New York, and I don't even disagree with y'all on that. This is the single greatest display of hockey. And if the NHL wants to get upset about what it is that we see, I don't know what else they want, because the NHL wants you to believe that you can't stop the season for the Olympics. I don't know. I just don't know why you want the NHL season when a tournament like this is happening.
Yeah, I mean, if the season's going on and the Olympics show up, I mean, I just think that that's something for the NHL that you have to consider and embrace. I mean, these guys, hockey players are not unique in the sense that they want to represent their country. I mean, obviously, that's the essence of the Olympics, and I think that the for whatever reason, and it's gone on for ages, USA versus Canada, and and that rivalry, and that rivalry is alive and well in the NHL as well. But like I look at it, and it's just this thing where since Sidney Crosby scored the golden goal, U.S. hockey has just sort of turned into this, hey, we're gonna, we're basically, like in the Four Nations, we're gonna come and kick your ass, both with fights and in the physical, and then we're gonna go out and try to win a ball game, and then in the Olympics, you did your job. I mean, I don't really know how else to say it. And I think it even adds to the fact that you've got gold in both women's and men's, which I think is just, complete and total domination for the USA hockey program on both sides. And so it is, in an Olympic cycle where I felt like the Olympics were, they just didn't feel as big as they typically do. Like,
sure.
Like it was a struggle to watch them. I felt like they weren't marketed real well. I feel like they snuck up on us. I would agree that the hockey tournament was a pleasant surprise, and I feel like USA hockey on this heater was kind of what the sporting world
on this
did.
Heater.
Yeah, they are. I mean, you can't even deny it. I mean, it's complete and total domination of the tournament on both sides. I don't even know how else you would describe it.
I think Canada played a better game, having gotten up early to watch it. And I think they absolutely played a better game. But god damn, that was unbelievable. And the overtime, the overtime winner, I don't necessarily love the 3-on-3 sudden death thing. Sure does make for exciting hockey.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that it's not something that drug on for 3 hours, right? Like the anticipation that the game is going to come to an end when you have that much open ice with that quality of player, you make one mistake and it's over. So I don't necessarily love that, but I thought it was absolutely spectacular.
Here's my problem with the Canada played a better game thing. Did they statistically play a better game? Sure. Yeah. I mean, they for longer stretches, they played better, but I feel like that's the essence of hockey itself is that, the team that plays better for the longer stretch doesn't necessarily win the game. It's the team that wins the 50-50 matchups. It's the team that has the moments that typically winds up winning. And to Canada, I would say, gotta have a conversation about your goaltender a little bit there. I don't know what that was on the game-winning goal. What kind of defense is that? How do you allow that?
It was a broken play. It was a broken play, and it's really
matchup. The one-on-one matchup to get that puck is what I'm talking about. Like how do you lose that?
I think the puck was in their feet, and I think it was I just thought the whole thing was an incredible play by the U.S. It was. I just think as crappy as these Olympics were for viewing on TV, and I think that's a real conversation. The Olympics are over now. The fact that the Peacock app just did not work half the time, at least. Like we were trying to watch snowboarding replays because I never saw snowboard slope style. It's in Italy, so it was the time didn't work, and I never saw any of that. And we have been trying to watch the replays; they won't load on Peacock app.
Yeah, I didn't understand, how is there not a main channel on, like, YouTube TV, as an example, where it was just a 24-hour feed of the Olympics during the Olympics? How do you not have a dedicated channel for everyone to watch? And I understand that Peacock is where they want all their viewership, and it's all about Peacock, but what good is it if you can't, like when I came up last weekend, we had to like reset your TV just to try to get it to work in a last ditch attempt, and it still didn't really work. Like, I don't even know, like, what are you supposed to do with that?
I don't know. I don't know. And it is incredibly frustrating to me that we just don't have the ability to do anything with it. You know, like it's really, really frustrating to me that this is how we have to watch TV. And I know that I talk about this all the time, and I know I bitch about this all the time, and you guys are probably annoyed with that. But the very fact that the Peacock app is where you have to go, which is fine. I'm a subscriber to Peacock. I get it for free through Amex. Great. I think that's one of the things I get free through Amex. But I'm not even complaining that it's on the Peacock app. It would be incredibly convenient, but it doesn't load and it doesn't work right. And I got to go here to get this sport and there to get that sport. Like, the way we have to watch TV now is ass.
Yeah.
There's just no continuity to it. It's not easy to find anything. It is incredibly frustrating. And as somebody that, for instance, Chelsea Football Club, I'm a huge fan of the English Premier League. It's very difficult to watch it. It is very difficult to find it. YouTube TV does not make it easy. USA Network, for instance. USA Network, a major Olympic outlet. I have no idea how to find USA Network on YouTube TV.
Yeah.
I'd have to go and search it by name.
That's the only way. That right there is the only way. There's no channel number. There's no, and that's the part that annoys me about YouTube TV. And somehow, some way, I still haven't canceled it. Don't know why. Just haven't done it yet. But it's just a thing where you look at all these apps and everything, and in concept, it's fine. Like, hey, all the Olympic coverage is going to be on Peacock, and sometimes you'll have primetime coverage on NBC, and like, just depending on the event. But I got to tell you, just as someone who made an effort to try to watch the Olympics, like whether it was, long jumping and skiing, or like, even like, I love speed skating. Like, it was hard to like find anything other than curling. I felt like all that I saw was curling constantly. I mean, I don't know if that was like a play by NBC or like what the deal was, but I felt like over the 2-week stretch, it was like curling this, curling that, and everything else I was just catching on Twitter, which just drove me. There was almost like a burnout factor somehow with how much was on. And I don't even hate curling. I actually like watching curling, but I also like watching other events. And that was my frustration with the Olympics. It's like, I can't find anything else. And I will also say, I felt like they did a poor job of kind of sharing what the Olympic schedule is. Like, when are these games? When does, like, I can't open my phone without seeing, oh man, NBA Saturday night or this or that. Like, I can't get away from it. But with the Olympics, it was like, dude, I don't like, did I know when the final was on? Sure, of course. But like, I didn't ever see an ad for speed skating or any other, like snowboard cross, ski cross. Didn't see any of that. One of my favorite events. Never saw any of it. It's just,
never saw it. Tried to watch it yesterday. Our friend Faye Galini is a competitor in snowboard cross. Could not watch her compete because the Peacock app wasn't working. So I don't know, man. Like, it is really difficult for me to enjoy the way we watch TV. It's very difficult. And I know that's probably me being a jerk face. I don't know. I just, like, it's just really frustrating to me that we have to deal with that. And I don't want to deal with that.
I don't think it's you being get off my lawn guy. I don't think that's what that is at all. I think that it's particularly frustrating for guys like us and anybody who's a serious sports fan. Like if you're someone that primarily what you watch on TV is sports, and then you have a couple of secondaries, this was an extremely frustrating experience because we're spoiled with ESPN and Fox and things like that for college football and the NFL. It's very easy to find. It doesn't take a lot of effort. Like, even if, like, I would even go as far as to say, even if I didn't know where a game was, which is extremely rare just because we do the show and I'm, pretty plugged into that. But even if I didn't know where a game was, I know exactly where to go to find it. And that to me was the hard part, is that I didn't know. Not only did I not know when an event was on, firstly. Secondly, I didn't know where to get it because I couldn't get it in the Peacock app.
Yeah.
And it just is this thing where when I, again, here, let me roll out the old head messaging. When I was growing up, it was as easy as turn on the TV and it was on NBC. And then they had a secondary channel that was the 24-hour feed. So I could always go and I could always flip that thing on and have it on all day long and be in the vibes. But we don't do that anymore. And I don't understand how that's good for a TV partner. I don't understand how that's good for NBC. Don't know how that works.
Especially when it's in Italy.
Yeah.
When it's in a completely different hemisphere. It's almost impossible. And I don't know. Having to get up at 5 a.m. was not that big of a deal. I'm up at 5 a.m. every day to watch hockey live. But during the week, it's wasted. It's absolutely wasted. And listen, I like curling as much as the next guy, which is once every 4 years. Why am I getting curling rammed down my throat and up my hindquarters?
Yeah, and listen, dude,
I don't understand why it's such a big deal.
Dude, I understand Fingergate during curling was a big deal. We weren't able to get to it. We had a lot of other things, but
which I thought was amazing.
Yeah, Fingergate with Canada and what was it, Sweden, I believe it was an incredible thing.
And the Canadian women.
Yeah.
Then getting accused of the same thing.
Yeah, like it's incredible, and I think that the fact that we had drama in curling is one of the most hilarious narratives and things from the Olympics. The whole, hey, we're running out of condoms in the Olympic Village again is incredible out of the Olympics. But who'd have known unless you're keeping up with the Olympic beat on Twitter? And
why are you so fascinated with people that are in incredible shape pounding all night long?
That's not the fascination. The fascination is that the Olympic Committee thought it was okay to bring in, I think it was 30,000 condoms to start initially. Yeah. That's like 10% of what they did for the last Olympics. The last Olympics, they brought in 300,000. Like, how did you think 30 was going to get it done? I mean,
I love that. Listen, I'm not even going to lie. If I were in that good a shape,
yeah,
and I were in the Olympics, there would not be enough condoms in the village.
That's my point. Like, if you know that, and I know that, and everyone in the comments section knows that, how does the Olympic Committee not know that, dude? Come on.
Dude, if I had a six-pack and she has a six-pack.
Bro, dude.
And you want to play tummy stick, Like,
listen, you want to go full skeleton in the Olympic Village? I'm down, dude. We're good. Like, we can get it on. But
and that's the other thing. Why are people so off-put by the two dudes laying on top of each other on a toboggan? I don't understand why is it so? Yeah, why does it turn people off that bros are going to lay on top of each other and ride down a toboggan hill together?
Tight suits, I might add.
I mean,
Big hammer.
And then once you see that it's awkward, you're like, oh yeah, that really is awkward. That's a couple of dudes playing, put the hot dog between the buns. You know what I mean? Like,
hell of a luge you got going there, bud.
Nice sled. My point is, I hate the way we have to watch the Olympics. And my wife loves the Olympics. And I'm really hoping, because I'm hoping that the cock keeps it in the app and we can kind of go back and watch some of it during the week. Cause I gotta tell you right now, I am in full deep throat mode on the good fight. I am all in on the good fight. The good wife ended. Now we're into the good fight. And I love it. I told you, I have many regrets now that I am not a lawyer at this point in my life because I should have been. But my point is, I love that show. But we can put that show on hold. We're only in season 3. We could put that show on hold and watch some snowboarding because I want to see slopestyle and snowboard cross. And I'm hoping the Peacock app works. I don't have any belief that it will. But,
it's just book right now. We ask.
Yeah, it's really frustrating that we can't enjoy TV anymore. I feel like watching mainstream TV is bad.
It's just so difficult. Why make it so difficult? Like, I guess I think where we've gone awry and it's not us as a viewer. I'll never say it's our fault because I don't think it's our fault. I think that we're the consumer and it's our job to consume, but it's the TV company's job to make it easy enough and efficient enough for us to easily consume it. And what I don't understand is why. Okay, let me rephrase. I do understand why there's such an emphasis on the smartphone and being able to stream. I get that. I totally understand why there's value there, and everyone's got an iPhone or whatever piece of crap Samsung you have.
Whatever piece of crap Samsung you have.
Yeah, and so I get it, but at the same time, you shouldn't just abandon old reliable. Meaning, if people have YouTube TV, then you damn well have the numbers of how many people watch that thing on TV. Like, we can see, like, how many people watching the show on a phone versus a TV. If we can see that, they can see that. And you can't tell me that there's not millions of people watching on TV. You can't tell me that we're just 99.9% on smartphones. There's no way, no how that's possible, dude. And I just wish that we would view this as, okay, we have to have our foundation, which is NBC and USA. And USA ideally would be a 24-hour feed of the Olympics during the Olympic window. And then we can go back to Law and Order and all the usual suspects. And then in the Peacock app, it's whatever you need to do, whatever you want to do. And then that way, if the Peacock app doesn't work like it did the majority of the time,
Jake, the cock. Stop confusing
so
people.
Annoying, bro. Like, I know that I can get Hank Voigt in the cock app anytime I want it. I know that Benson lives in there, dude. But I can't get Olympic coverage when I want it. And that's what's and so my only question is, when the Olympics go to LA or they come stateside, what's the excuse going to be when the cock still doesn't work? Like, I don't get it, dude.
Marcus has an early note today. He says, you and I both know, Jake Google searched, how do I get the cock losing? And I believe, and I am rephrasing that because of the vulgarity of Marcus's actual comment.
U.S. Americans.
He essentially said, tell me I'm wrong when I think that Jake looks for men's losing on Pornhub. And I got to tell you,
leg was just phenomenal.
I think that's probably true.
Listen,
I think, Jake, do you want to deny?
Yeah, let me clarify. Marcus, let me fix this for you, brother. I would love to have been all in on the third leg double luge action, but I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it because I couldn't find it in the cock app, dude.
Yeah, finding it's a problem for you.
The only way, great point. The only way that I ever saw anything that I wanted to see was through that dreaded platform known as X. It's the only way. It's the only way I saw anything that I wanted to see. Whether it was Buddy running in his skis, all the Olympic helmets from Skeleton, double luge, like Fingergate, all of it, dude.
Whoa, Fingergate.
Like, come on, man. Like, I just don't understand why it's got to be so difficult. Why is it that I'm put in a position to jump on the damn show and have to talk about how I'm annoyed with the Olympics? Like, why? Why can't I just say, hey, it was a great experience, America, Freebird, everything's amazing. Kash Patel wasting taxpayer dollars. It's all amazing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Did you guys care about that? Did you guys? So, and you guys may have seen this or not. And I don't know how many people saw this, but good old Cashy, our boy Kash Patel. Kash Patel went to Italy to have meetings. Okay, he went to Italy to have meetings. Well, it turns out those meetings that he took the FBI private jet for were not with diplomats exactly.
Okay. Now, theoretically, I would be fine with this if you were just honest that you took the G5 to get to the Olympics. If you just said, hey, you know what? I took the private jet. I wanted to go be with the guys, wanted to represent the country in some form or fashion. Okay. I could even get down with that. Honest to God. It's the Olympics. You're the FBI director. Okay, cool, dude. No problem. But the fact that it's like, oh, hey, I went to talk to the Italian bro in the office and I just then happened to be in the hockey locker room, that's what annoys me, dude. Like, if I'm going to pay for you to get on the private jet as a taxpayer, like, at least be honest about it, dude. That's the problem.
And obviously, you guys know where this is going.
And I'm not saying take all their funding. I'm not the defund everything guy. I'm just saying Chris Ray doesn't need a government-funded G5 jet to go to vacation. Maybe we ground that plane. $15,000 every time it takes off. Just a thought.
Minimum.
Come on, dude.
So let me get this right. Before you were the FBI director, Kash, well, 15 G's every time it takes off. Now that you're the FBI director, well, I need to go see my girlfriend and she needs to, and then I'm in, you know.
Are you raising your voice at me?
Come on, dude. Right?
On,
like,
dude.
Come on. Like, this is my point, dude. I'm not like, and don't miss me with the, stick to sports. Sorry, dude. Politics ran itself right into sports on this one. Don't be in the comments section being that guy today. I saw this all over X and, Kash is
Molly, stick to sports.
Kash.
Stick to sports, fat ass.
Dude. And I'm just like, bro, why is it that I'm amped on this win? Everything's awesome. Like, like the Hughes brothers, everything's amazing.
No teeth.
And no teeth. Like, awesome, dude. I'm here for it. And then what do I get? What do I get that I don't want, dude? I get this damn government in the locker room trying to be the cool kid on the block. Like, sorry, dude. I don't want to see you in that locker room, bro. I'm not here for it. I'm here for the guys drinking their ultras and getting after it. But instead, this is what I get. And it just bothered me. I just was like, bro, can I not have one thing that doesn't include this government? Can I not have one sporting event? Hey, Kash, quick question, brother. Why weren't you at double luge? Why weren't you at curling like JD Vance was? Why weren't you at any of these other events, dude?
Well, we won gold in ice skating.
Come on,
we won
dude.
gold
And
in, like, did you guys see the aerials?
And
we won gold in mixed aerials. I mean, I didn't see Kash in the locker room with those guys.
Yeah, where's Kash and his puffy on the in the crowd supporting skiing? Like, like, you're not cool, dude. You're not that guy. You've never been that guy. You're the guy who tried to be cool by criticizing Donnie and criticizing the FBI, only to join the government. And now it's like, oh, not a big deal. So I just, not to go all political on it, but I just saw that and I was like, yep, didn't need to see you in the locker room, dude. Didn't need to see you with the boys. All I want is them in their unis, drinking their ultras, having a good time. Not you. Like, come on.
James says this is a sports story, and he was just celebrating with the Olympic team.
Come on, dude.
No, he wasn't. I hope that's okay with you because you paid for it.
Yeah.
You paid for it.
This will be the first and the last time that we do anything with you. We paid for it as a country.
It's wild.
Anyway.
But listen, I think the Olympics is amazing. I just wish it was easier to watch. And I hope in 4 years, and really in 2 years, I guess it is, I hope that we have a better TV viewing experience, because it makes me crazy that I have no idea where to find. So I know I can find the PGA Tour more easily than I can find Olympic snowboarding. Which, how is that possible? How is that possible? That's the part I struggle with.
Doesn't get any more red, white, and blue than that.
Right? That's the part I struggle with. So what it is.
Okay, before we leave this, now James has done what James always does, which is make a fool of himself. What you should have said is, why is the equipment manager wearing a medal? Are you serious? Do you know? Do you have any idea what an equipment guy on the team goes through on a hockey team? Everything from
No. Do you understand how important the equipment guy is on a there is no hockey team without an equipment guy. Do you understand? You make my head hurt.
How do you always find a way, dude?
Tell me you know nothing about hockey without telling me you know nothing about hockey. Well, why is the equipment manager get to be in the room with him during the celly, bro? That's for players. That's the celly. Guy.
Anyway.
It's fine. There were several stretches that Canada kept the U.S. hemmed in their defensive end. Did you guys not watch? Are we really arguing whether or not Canada was the better team yesterday? They didn't win the game, but the best team in hockey doesn't always win the game. But let's not get this confused. Didn't they outshoot us by like 20 or something? Wasn't it like 40 to?
Yeah, all-time goaltending performance out of the USA. No question about it.
Yeah, Connor Hellebuck was incredible.
Yeah.
And they missed 3 open nets. 42 to 28. Canada outshot the U.S. yesterday in the gold medal game, 42 to 28, and Jordan Binnington gives up 2. And the regulation goal in the first period was, Jesus, I don't even know how that's one of the prettiest Olympic goals ever. He is not at fault for the 2-on-1 that won the game. The golden goal, no, I don't know that anybody's making that.
The defender is the one that's accountable for that, dude.
Yeah, was awkward. If you didn't see it, it was a 2-on-1. It really is in the offensive end where Canada turned the puck over in their own offensive end, which in 3-on-3 is 3-on-3. You can never turn the puck over. You can't do it.
Can't do it.
And it led to a 3-on-1 that turned into a 3-on-2. And I actually feel bad for Connor McDeasy because he vacated the back post, and that's where the goal came from. He skated through there. He probably should have stopped and controlled the middle of the ice. But Canada was, listen, I'm a hockey nut. Canada was a better team yesterday.
Yeah, my whole point on the last goal there, from the defender's standpoint, is that I felt like the way he went about defending that play was you were going after the puck there, which is the natural response as a defender. However, given the situation, knowing where you are at on the ice is critical in that particular situation, and you should have played the body, which you're either playing the puck or you're playing the body. And to me, if you play the body there, you never get that pass. There's never an opportunity for the U.S. to throw it across your goaltender's face, ever. That never happens. And that to me was the thing. You try to play the puck and not the body. And I obviously credit to Team USA. Hell of a pass, hell of a finish, right? Made the play, did everything you should, not taking anything away from them. But I just felt like, yeah, sure. Did the stat sheet say you played better? Sure. Yes. But you didn't make the vital plays, and you made crucial mistakes.
Yeah, you can't miss the open. The Hellebuck save with the paddle of his stick was, I don't even know how you explain that.
Yeah.
But Canada did not dominate the U.S. shots that do not go on. I mean, 42 to 28 is not a dominant shot total.
That's a dominant shot total. It was equalized by the U.S. goaltender. So Hellebuck was sensational. I
love the snowboard and ski jumps, like the bobsled and the one-person luge. Okay. In Norway, we have 3 public stations that basically covered every event. Taxpayer finance. Who cares? I realize we are in the same time zone as Italy. Taxpayer financed. We don't do PBS here anymore, okay? The older lady winning gold and the one-person bobsled after winning bronze and silver in the previous Olympics.
Yeah. Great story.
Doug O'Reilly. It's not you, Monty. The way the Olympics handled the way they were broadcast, the events were bad. Peacock has been a historically user-unfriendly app. I agree with that 100%. Heard so many friends on Facebook talking about having no clue of the rules of curling, but still watching it with interest. I don't get it.
Because it's a fascinating sport. It's easy to me to understand. You get what they're trying to do. but you don't unless you read about it, you don't understand the little minutia with it. And like the whole thing about like the different ice surfaces at the Olympics was, I thought, a viral thing on social media. People didn't realize that the hockey ice surface is different from speed skating, is different from curling. And then Buddy with his water droplet technique in the curling rinks going viral was everything that social media needed.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with him celebrating with the team, James. The idea that he lied about why he was in the country, just like he lies about taking the jet to see UFC matches. And listen, if I could be jumping around with the bros, would I?
You know what's funny about this video too? In the background, look at how like uncomfortable dude in the red tie without the jacket on, white shirt, red tie in the background. Watch how he's like fake celebrating as he's watching Kash do this. Like, what are we doing, dude? Come on.
What are we doing? That's a very interesting question. The person using the brooms like that were on crack, and speed was fun to watch. Okay. Look, curling, I get it. I want to be a professional pebbler. Curling is amazing. I have curled in the past. Way back in the day when we lived in the old Northbrook, Illinois, there was a curling club. And Mrs. Monty and I went to the curling club. You know, but it's fine. Giggity, James, if you need to explain a joke, the joke sucks.
His standards don't matter.
My dude, the physio and equipment guys are the only reason hockey happens. Hellebuck needs to get out of Winnipeg. Yes, he does.
Facts, dude.
Yes, he does.
Facts on both accounts.
Canada was better even without Crosby, who was hurt. Good, because he beat our ass.
Yeah, tough way for Crosby.
James coming out of pocket, bro. The equipment guy is gas. I don't understand that. I don't understand the whole hate of the equipment guy.
You tried, so just so we're on the same page, James, you tried to make a Kash Patel joke about the equipment guy, but the problem is that one belongs and one doesn't. And I hate to break it to you, Kash doesn't belong. The equipment guy absolutely does. When you have a good equipment guy, it is game-changing for a hockey club. There's no question about it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Marcus, hey, playa, what's up with the pimping watches? So this is a Big Daddy Magic reference now. I guess we can just play that video as well. You guys, listen. Before we move on to AJ Dybantsa, and I guess this is appropriate. Here's Big Daddy Magic.
Hi, everybody. First of all glory to God, Mayor and our staff in the City Council. You guys are going to have a hard job next year when AJ Dybantsa comes to Utah Jazz. You guys are going to be working on parade routes and championships. And I just pray that you guys did enough security to protect me so nobody dumps Gatorade over me when the city's rocking and the Jazz are back to being champions. I just want to say God bless you. Now, when's the mayor going to be here? Because I want to make a park, the Monty Show park, and I have a still with everything I want to show her. Do you know when she will be here so I can show her that? Because his birthday's coming up. All right. Thank you. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you to everyone who.
Thank you. What am I supposed to say to that, dude? First of all, the Bills hoodie. First of all, that's the first portion. Okay,
that is the hoodie we got him.
Yeah, dude is repping. Okay, and the funny part is nobody knows that the Monty Show got him that hoodie. That's the best part about it. Number one. But then number two, that he rolls in and starts the whole bit off with bless everybody, all the glory to God. But like, what are you doing an interview, dude?
What are you accepting a championship you just won?
So that I thought that was funny. But
Marcus said, "Who's the lady in the back of the room?" What do you mean? Who's the lady in the back of the room? Is there a lady in the back of the room? Yeah, there's.
Hi,
look
everybody.
At Josh Allen.
First
There's
of all,
Josh Allen
glory
in the
to
room.
God. Mayor and our staff in the city
yeah.
council, you guys are going to have a hard job next year. When AJ Dybantsa comes to Utah Jazz, you guys are going to be working on parade routes.
I didn't even see that,
Bro, what are we doing, Marcus? We're not at what is Jim Rome's old saying? Personal appearances are not show fodder, dude. We're not rolling out here with look at that unit in the back of the room. Okay, we're not doing that, dude. We're not.
Maybe we need to not do Monday shows because you woke up on one. Wow.
Sorry if you're offended by that.
Oh my God. City council just talked to the local police to put BDM on a BOLO list. Dude.
Marcus,
That is incredible.
Who's the lady in the back of the room, bro?
Yeah. Yeah, and Marcus says, I'm asking questions all men want the answers to. No, all men do not want the answers to them. No.
Dangerous misinformation.
No. The answer is no.
Oh
Look
my
at how
God.
nice that Buffalo Bills hoodie looks, though, and you all help pay for it. No, that was not AI.
No, that was real,
AI.
dude. That is absolutely real.
That is
bro.
Big Daddy magic. This is not AI.
Hi, everybody. First of all glory to God. Mayor and our staff in the city council, you guys are going to have a hard job next year. When AJ Dybantsa comes to Utah Jazz, you guys are going to be working on parade routes and championships. And I just pray that you guys did enough security to protect me so nobody dumps Gatorade over me when the city's rocking and the Jazz are back to being champions.
Back to
I just
being
want to say
champions?
God bless you. Now, when's the mayor going to be here? Because I want to make a park, the Monty Show park, and I have a still with everything I want to show her. Do you know when she will be here so I can show her that? Because his birthday's coming up.
Because his birthday's coming up. That's our guy, dude.
That is not AI. That is 100% genuine and real, dude.
I don't see TCU James going to the Dallas, city council asking for the Monty Show Park in Dallas.
Yeah.
Plano's got some nice parks.
Yeah, James, the next time you ask why BDM has aura on the show and you don't, this is why, bro. This is why right here. Absolutely.
I mean, where is the mayor? Can we have a word? Yeah, where's the mayor? I want to talk to her right now. Bring her ass out here. No, she's busy. All praise to God, I believe, and the Iraq, and the glory to God and AJ Dybantsa. Okay.
The Iraq.
Okay. I knew you'd like the all glory to God. BEM doing the penguin walk to the podium was classic. I mean, I don't disagree, right?
Hi, everybody. First of all,
hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. That's,
iconic, dude.
That's the newest drop, isn't it? Hi, everybody.
We can get that in the system. There ain't no doubt.
Yeah. So that was,
And I just want to give dude his flowers really quick. First time anyone's ever done that on the program where they've gone to, what is this, a city council meeting or whatever?
Council meeting.
And,
Big
and
Daddy Magic.
And it's trying to push to get a park named after us. I appreciate that, dude. But
Us?
there were aspects of the video that were funny.
Us?
What?
A park named after us?
Yeah, the Monty Show. The Monty Show. Us. Yeah. What?
Me.
Okay.
My park.
Come on, dude. Are you ready to worship me?
Yeah, I am, actually. Anyway, all glory to BDM. If Elmer Fudd was on the terrorist watch list, he would be wearing that red pullover and hat. He may be.
Yeah.
He may be. We just need them to rename this is the place monument and replace the statue up there with a Marty and Jack. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. BDM, you deserve the Monty paid hoodie. The mayor doesn't know what she's missing. You better get your Gatorade bath just for this video. Well,
Agreed.
he did make a huge mistake. I mean, the Jazz have never won a championship, so I don't know what back to winning championships are.
Yeah.
But
agreed.
You know, and the watch, Marcus is demanding. Bro, I have an Apple Watch, so I wear my regular watch on the other wrist. There's nothing wrong with double fisting your watches.
Well, some would say that there is some. It's to each their own, you know?
Yeah, my wife hates that I do that. We've talked about that on the show, have we not? I think we have.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
You know, we've talked about that. Make sure you get your bucked up creatine and essential amino acids. I'm telling you, every morning, right here, dudes. And they taste great. That's the thing. If you're somebody like me who I get worn out drinking all the water.
Yeah.
Right? Water, you're on this GLP-1 grind, you're losing weight, you're drinking 100 ounces of water every day. Well, you know what? If you can drink 25, 30 something ounces of water every day, and your 32 ounces of water right here. Right. If I can drink my 32 ounces of water to start the day, dude, it makes it easier when it tastes better and it tastes great. That's why you get to buckedup.com. Get your creatine, 10 milligrams of creatine every day, you know, and then drink your EAAs. Get your creatine, your essential amino acids at buckedup.com. Use a promo code Monty to get 20% off. We do need to give Jake a logo light to put behind him. We do?
I don't know if we do. I haven't made up my mind on that.
He was here a week ago and he chose not to take it with him. That's not my fault. I literally have one sitting right there. Jake didn't want it.
Right.
I can't force it on him. You know.
What better fucking execution?
You know. Yeah. So take that Apple Watch off. You got your phone. Jeez.
Well, no, that's not the point, dude. That's not the point.
Point of the Apple Watch.
Yeah.
You got to understand what an Apple Watch does. It's a fitness tracker.
Yeah.
Do you guys know that I obsess like the standing thing that I do, right? Like I obsess over how many. I have a goal of standing 12 hours a day. I don't know if you can see that right there. You can't. That's why like I have to, like when you guys see me waving my arm 21 times under the table, that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to get my 60 seconds of stand in every hour. Makes you healthier. It tells you how many calories you eat, how well you're sleeping. You know, do you guys not wear fitness trackers? I can't believe you guys don't wear fitness trackers. I'm not. It's a whole thing. Like,
yeah,
you wear an Apple Watch, don't you, Jake?
I do. Yes, Apple Watch Ultra.
How's the weight loss going?
Good. Broke through 20 pounds yesterday, so that was nice. Nice little milestone there. And
so you've lost 20 pounds now.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Do you feel different?
I mean, a little bit. I mean, I would say it's not like, you know, it's what I don't feel, I think, is the bigger difference. Like it's just the whole, like, because you're not eating as much, you never really feel full. You're just you're basically just, chasing the protein and drinking your water. And, it's just a different experience more than anything.
Okay. I feel completely different. I am from golf swings to walking to, to all the stuff. I feel completely different. Walking 8,000 steps yesterday. Like I try to get my 6,000 steps in every day. That seems to be a magic number for me. Like I think losing weight and being in better shape has completely changed my life. Just health perspective. Don't have lower back or joint pain anymore. Sciatic's not an issue. Like I used to routinely battle sciatic and I hated it. And so I don't have that issue anymore. Yeah. And I think I put it all on losing weight with Zepbound. But I also think it's drinking a lot more water. Now, all I do is pee constantly, but I'm down to one white Monster a day.
Oh, that's good.
No white Monster joke there. Okay. That's fine. All right. Let's get into it. A couple more. Wait. The Chicago, Indiana.
Yeah, we'll get to that, bro.
Okay. Can I just say real quick, the Bears have not said they're moving to Indiana. All of the jackwagons who are telling you that's official, that's not official. I don't know who keeps saying that it's official. It's not official. The Bears only agreed to move forward with exploring the plan. If you cannot see what this is with the Bears, I don't know how to spin this so that you understand it. Last week, last Thursday, the Bears made a huge mistake. And that is because the folks in, Hammond, Indiana, essentially dive-bombed the Bears by releasing a statement saying that the Bears and Hammond, Indiana had an agreement on a stadium. The problem is they were doing that the exact same day the Bears were negotiating with the state of Illinois for tax incentives so that they can build a stadium at the old Arlington Park in Arlington Heights. If you don't understand that the Bears are billionaires, the city of Chicago, the county of Cook, and the state of Illinois have no business giving them a penny. They owe $450 million in municipal bonds on the renovated Soldier Field. That's a major part of the problem as to why the county and the state don't want to give the Bears more money, because they still owe $450 million on the renovated Soldier Field. Like, there is no financial equation that says the state, the county, and the city should give the Chicago Bears money. What is the financial, where's the win for the people of Chicago and the state of Illinois if you pay for the Bears stadium? No, there is no win. That's why nobody's saying anything.
Yeah.
It's a huge loss. And if you don't understand that, and if you can't wrap your head around the idea that giving billionaires billions of dollars so they can make billions of dollars is a huge loss for taxpayers, it doesn't math.
No. Never will.
There is no, like, you look at what's going on in Salt Lake City, the taxpayers are getting bamboozled by Ryan Smith, the owner of the Jazz and the Mammoth, who the guy can't even execute a marketing plan. And you gave him billions of dollars without asking taxpayers if they approve. And you think that's going to work. And he is going to do whatever he wants with this huge swath of land downtown. And you think this is going to work out. Somehow I don't see that happening. I don't see it happening. The Bears were quite literally in negotiations with you when Hammond, Indiana released this statement. That doesn't seem a little odd to you. They're trying to leverage the county and the city and the state with this thing in Hammond. It's not a done deal. So it is what it is.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that bothers me is the Bears are a terrible organization. They have always been a terrible organization. They don't spend the requisite money. They don't hire good people. They don't win football games. And they take and they take and they take, and they're billionaires. Make them pay for their own shit. But somebody like Hammond, Indiana, who's desperate, hell, Iowa's trying to get involved in it.
Yeah.
They're desperate. They have nothing. They have nothing. And if you think the Bears will thrive in Hammond, Indiana, go for it. I say let them go. I will not support the Bears if they move to Hammond, Indiana. I won't do that. The Bears should be on the lakefront, and they should pay for their stadium. Do you want the state, the county, and the city to pay for freeway off-ramps? Expanded infrastructure? Okay. I'm down with that. You want larger roadways around and getting to? I'm down with that. I'm not paying for your stadium. I'm not paying the $450 million in municipal bonds. You are. That's what you guys understand, that the Bears are talking about vacating $450 million in taxpayer money that was given to them. And not only was it $450 million to build a stadium, the stadium's the smallest stadium in the NFL.
Yeah.
So you didn't even build a good stadium, and we're already on to a new stadium when you still owe $450 million. And we're just supposed to
and it's not
be
a dome.
okay with that.
So you can't revenue generate in the winter.
And now Now, there's a plan for Soldier Field as it currently exists to convert it into a high-level concert venue. I say let them do it. Go to Hammond, Indiana. Go. I will not support you. I will not be a Bears fan. I will not buy Bears merchandise. I will not buy Bears tickets. If you're in Hammond, Indiana, you're in Hammond, Indiana. You're not the Chicago Bears anymore. And good luck trying to hang on to the name the Chicago Bears, because you don't play in Chicago.
Yeah.
And if you think, here's the other thing. Do you think the NFL is going to let you move to Hammond, Indiana? Or it's going to let you up and move to Hammond, Indiana? And you think the folks in Chicago are going to drive to Hammond, Indiana to support you? Yeah, I don't think that's happening.
Yeah, sorry, bro. You're not the Kansas City Chiefs. You are not in the same situation. You haven't had the same success. You are not that guy. And as much as I love what this season was for the Bears, one season doesn't justify, millions upon millions of dollars, you just burning taxpayer money. And it's just so frustrating because the city of Chicago should be a dominant sports city on and off the field. And it just typically isn't. Like, it's a great sports city to chop it up in, but when it comes to winning, it's frustrating. Not enough winning happens. And that's the problem. I would contend that if the Bears were at the level of success that even a mid-tier playoff team, who do you want to point to? The Seahawks as an example, not this year, but just if you look at the last 10 years, or like, you look at, the Patriots, I would contend even, just one of these organizations that is always around, always in the playoffs, always a contender,
the Kansas
always
City
doing
Chiefs.
something. Yeah, I mean the Chiefs are, but see,
Chiefs.
this is also what pisses me off with the Bears. You're trying to use, at least the fans are doing this. Some, the pro move to Hammond crowd is doing this, and it's not the same situation. If you don't understand the dynamic of the Kansas City, state line situation between Kansas and Missouri, if you don't understand that dynamic and how moving across the state line, which is like a 3-mile move, and how basically no one loses anything except for the county. If you don't understand the difference between that and Chicago to Hammond, Indiana, you have no business having the conversation. You just zero business having the conversation. And I like the Chiefs and what they've done, and it's all good and everything. But like I'm just sick and tired of people being like, oh yeah, these teams should get free stadiums, and these billionaires shouldn't have to bear the responsibility of being a billionaire. Like, you understand, it doesn't take $8 billion to build a stadium. I get it. It's $500 million to build a stadium. I get it. That's part of doing business. Like, you should be generating that kind of revenue on a year in, year out basis with how many damn tickets people buy in this league and how many sponsorship deals you have. And I mean, it's just so obtuse. It's so in your face that they just don't value the fan and the experience and the support that they've had over the years. And that's truly the core of my issue with it. I don't have an issue if you're talking about business and, you want to get into the minutia of the budget of Chicago and Cook County and all that stuff. Okay, cool. I'm good with that. That's part of doing business. But let's not just sit here and skip over the decades of ass football you've put on the field, dude. You're talking about 3 seasons out of the last 25 that have been anything of anything. You don't have multiple Super Bowl appearances and multiple NFC championships and multiple years of winning the NFC North even. So that's my problem, dude. Winning inherently means that you have more leverage to go out and ask for a taxpayer-funded stadium, and you haven't won. You haven't been that guy. And you notice the Bulls and Hawks aren't asking for a renovation of the United Center. They're not doing that. Notice the Cubs didn't go to the city and ask for renovations of Wrigley. They just did it. Like, it's just crazy to me that this is the stance the Bears are taking. It's absolutely insane, dude.
Yeah, I just don't understand. And I love all the people who are like, well, Monty, it's just down the freeway. It's 15 minutes. That it could be 15 hours.
It might as well be Mars, dude.
It doesn't matter. If the Bears play in Hammond, Indiana, they are not the Chicago Bears. They're not. And I just think that there is no discussion here, right? And now George McCaskey is allegedly frustrated this leaked out, and you're a fraud. The entire Chicago Bears organization is a fraud.
And then what's going to be worse is when they figure it out in Chicago or in Arlington Heights or whatever, wherever you wind up being in the state of Illinois, because you will be. You're not leaving Illinois. Like I hope we all understand that they're not going to Indiana. That's not happening. But when that happens, when it comes out that you got a deal done, Kevin Warren and the Bears are going to be heralded as heroes. And, oh, my God, they saved football in the state of Illinois. And they're not, dude. No, they're not. They are schemers to the highest order.
Okay.
And it's just so annoying, dude.
And again, tell me you know nothing about a situation that has nothing to do with where their season ticket holders are. That is 100% irrelevant. Irrelevant. They're not moving.
Yeah, it's not about Overland Park, dude. Overland Park, dude. They were coming to Geha from Overland Park for decades. It has nothing to do with Overland Park. It has everything to do with the fact that Kansas City would not pay for the stadium. And the county, the city, and the state didn't want to pay for the stadium. And notice, again, just to keep jabbing the Bears, notice the Chiefs were not asking to move sites, right? The Chiefs never said, hey, I want to move sites. All the Chiefs wanted to do was renovate Geha to bring it up to modern day society, right? Bring it up to the standard. Okay, cool. I could even understand that a little bit more. But they said, no, we don't want to pay for that. And it got put on a ballot.
It failed at the ballot box.
Yeah.
Did it? So what happened in Kansas? Oh, well, it's just the wealthy season ticket holders in Overland Park. You think they're the ones that coughed up, what, $3 billion, I think? No, Kansas gave them $3 billion. Do you think the Chiefs wanted to move out of Missouri? Do you really think they wanted to leave Kansas City? No. You think they wanted to leave Arrowhead Stadium? One of the most intimidating home field advantages in all of the NFL. You think their season ticket holders wanted to leave Arrowhead Stadium? No. Kansas was willing to kick. Do you guys understand that that's, I think, 60%, wasn't it? That Kansas is paying 60% of the cost of that stadium? I'm happy to look it up.
It's a ridiculous deal.
And I'm just going to Google search. What should we Google? Chiefs new stadium. This is how easy it is. Geha Field at Arrowhead Stadium in Missouri. They are leaving to build a new $3 billion state-of-the-art dome stadium in Kansas. The project is a public-private partnership with 60% being paid by the state of Kansas using state tax and revenue bonds. 40% privately funded by the Chiefs. So let me get this right. You're getting 60% of the cost of your stadium built. Yeah, I'm going to say that's why they left.
And by the way, for the folks in Kansas City, the folks in Missouri, it's an unequivocal win for you.
Yes.
It's there's no question, because you still get the Chiefs. They're still right in your backyard. And now you don't have to pay taxes on it. You don't have to incur all the costs. Like, it's fine. And by the way, you're going to pick up a new concert venue right next to, assuming, I don't know, I'd have to check maybe if you want to look, but I don't, the Royals at one point were allegedly going with the Chiefs. I don't know if that ever got done, but that was like a allegedly part of the deal. But I don't know, man. I just think that it drives me nuts that in today's society, we don't value tradition or heritage anymore. We don't care. We don't care that it's the Monsters of the Midway. We don't care about being in Chicago or living up to that brand or being that brand. We don't value the fact that the Bears are an original brand in the NFL, that they've been around forever. We don't care about any of that. All we care about is making sure that we get paid, and that's it. And that really bothers me, dude. It makes it so even if you did stay in the state of Illinois, I have trouble supporting you because you're doing it the wrong way. And it's the difference between like with the Cubs, the Ricketts won't put out money to put a World Series team on the field. That to me is a different level of debauchery than what we have going on with the Bears. At least with the Ricketts, they paid to upgrade Wrigley. At least with the Ricketts, they understand, okay, we're the Cubs. There's a certain level of, panache here. There's a certain level of, of things we have to do to maintain Wrigley and put a good enough team on the field to at least make it enjoyable. Notice they're not talking about leaving. It's Wrigley Field, dude. It's Soldier Field. Like, come on. Like, how do you not value that? That's what drives me nuts.
Yeah. People have never tried to drive from Waukegan to Indiana. It's like, what is that? 80 miles?
Oh, no, Monty, it's just down the freeway. It's a 10-minute drive. No problem. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal.
Yeah. Waiting for Jake to say, what say their fuzzy britches. Oh, yeah, because you said obtuse.
Yeah.
That's it, which is fine. Yeah. Remember when the Lions used to play in Pontiac? It was terrible, the Pontiac Silverdome. I remember that. At least they gave the people the chance to vote on their own tax increases versus stuff like Utah governor doing all of that for Smith without the people getting to vote on. Yeah, the government and the Salt Lake just handed them.
And why?
Billions.
And why? Because they're both LDS members. They're both in the same community. And they are both in this cesspool known as a theocracy in Utah, where you have the government in the same bed as the church. And if you're in that group, you're going to do well. And if you're not, you're not. And it's really unfortunate because, again, not to be just completely negative about things, but I don't have a way to be positive. Like, it ruins the experience in Salt Lake. Genuinely, it ruins it. If you're not LDS, if you're not, if you're not a card carrying member and you're not fully in on all the rules and regulations of the church in the day to day, you're just not that guy. And it really, this type of stuff, I'm just going to be honest, this type of stuff really makes it so I genuinely feel like I'm like, dude, like all I should be focused on is getting my stuff set up and doing what I want to do. And that's it. Because like, if you asked yourself as a sports fan, when was the last time something really good happened in sports that you just were over the moon about? Like Team USA winning was great. I really enjoyed that. That was a really feel good thing. Before that, couldn't tell you, dude. And here, let me help you, Norsh Koog. Let me help you, dude. It could be 5%. The state is dominated by the LDS church. Salt Lake is dominated by them, dude. Absolutely, positively. Even in Salt Lake County, a more liberal vibe. It's still dominated. The judgment is there every single day, dude. And I'm guessing, and you tell me if I'm wrong, I'm going to guess that you're probably religious or you have some affiliation, and that, like, just save me, dude. Don't come in here and try to argue this point. I live there. I have firsthand experience. I know what it's like. Like, you're talking to the wrong guy, pal.
Yeah, the whole thing's a mess. The Bears moving to Hammond, Indiana would be a disaster. George McCaskey, the McCaskey legacy is on the line. You need to understand that. BS SLC is only 30. Tell me you know nothing about Salt Lake City. You really think man, it is crazy to me. And usually this is Oak State James territory. Well, he'll say something that just completely lacks foundation. If your belief is that 30% LDS, if you think that the church doesn't have significant sway and influence on business that goes on, especially in northern Utah, you're just being obtuse. I mean, it just, bro, you live in Norway or wherever it is you say you live. Talk about what you know, because you don't know what you're talking about. If you haven't followed how Ryan Smith got control of massive blocks of real estate in downtown Salt Lake City, and how much did he pay for it? How much tax dollars did he get? $1 billion. How much oversight does he have? 0. You don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you're talking about. He's making a mockery of the city of Utah by his mismanagement and blatant tanking. Well, it's not the city of Utah. I think you mean the state. Is it odd being away from Salt Lake City and not being around so many LDS? Yeah, it is. I talk about this all the time, dude. I can't remember who I was telling about this. Utah is very Caucasian. It is very white. And I'll be honest with you, living in Seattle, you see it all in Seattle. Like you see white folks, you see Asian folks, Latino folks, black folks. I mean, my new barber is from Iraq. I mean, it's a melting pot.
Iraq.
And I think we're better for it.
And he's a damn good barber, by the way.
Yes, yeah, he's a pretty good barber. I'm pretty happy with it. He does a good job. Don't forget Art Modell signed the contract for the Cleveland Browns to move to Baltimore in 95 and would become known as the Baltimore Ravens. That did happen, correct? It is unthinkable that the Bears would leave Chicago. And I'm telling you now, I will never follow them. I will not.
Yeah, you're dead to me.
Yeah, I will not support the Bears if they leave the city of Chicago.
Yeah. It's just that simple. Like it's got nothing to do with wherever they go. It has nothing to do with that city or anything like that. It is the premise of you didn't appreciate what you had while you had it. And I'm telling you, this is the defining factor in people anymore. I'm telling you, it's the single defining factor. If you look at a person, do they live their life in such a way where they appreciate what they have and they are grateful for what they have? And if they don't, they oftentimes will do things like what the Bears are doing. They will always say that it's not good enough, or it's not what it needs to be. And listen, I have mad respect. Like this is how I do it, right? Like I have respect for people who are hustling and trying to build their life. But I think that the organizations or the people who don't appreciate what they have and are constantly trying to game the system, those are the people that I'm not down with. I'm not dealing with you. And I just feel like sports is riddled with it right now. And as much as Steve Ballmer is a schemer and in my opinion tried to circumvent the cap and did all that nefarious stuff, at least he built his own stadium. At least he did it on his dime and paid for that thing, and it's his palace. And for that, I can respect that 100%.
Yeah. Even if the city proper isn't LDS majority anymore, the rest of the state is. And there is more than just SLC involved here. I'm telling you, if you go to Eastern Utah, if you go to, listen, it is remarkable to me that this is even a talking point. It tells me guys like Norge Koog have no idea how business is done. You're either naive or you're just being defensive. And either way, you're completely wrong. If you don't understand that if you are a white LDS person of affluence, your life and your business opportunities are significantly more than everybody else's in the state of Utah, you're out of your mind. You're either in denial or you're just being obtuse. Whichever one, you're completely wrong.
Facts.
Completely wrong. Seattle is also known to have a considerable Asian community. It is. I'm a big believer that you'll see the melting pot of your community if you just go to Costco.
Yeah.
Go to Costco. You want to know what the racial makeup of your community is? Go to a Costco.
Yes. Go to a Costco in the primetime shopping window. You'll find out.
Go to a Costco on a Saturday afternoon.
Yep.
You'll find out.
Facts.
You will find out. Players will probably love the increase in their game checks due to their lower taxes in Indiana. Yeah, that's not a thing.
Don't care, bro.
That's
with all
not
due
a
respect,
thing.
dude. I like you, but I'm just saying I don't care.
That's not a... See, and I love the anti-Chicago and the anti-Illinois sentiment here. I love that people like Sergeant Green, because I think what you're trying to do is take a shot at the government in Illinois and Cook County and the city of Chicago. but another example is the NBA leaving Seattle. Terrible mistake. Now, because of Seattle Storm and the crack, and the NBA is finally waking up. Well, actually, they're not waking up because people are really concerned about the jock tax. And the interesting thing is there's no personal income tax in Washington, and it's still an issue. So, Rock and Rant, it's wild that so many of the people in charge who decide to give billionaires billions are also the personal accountability types if you're poor. It's wild.
Yeah.
It is wild to me. Gabriel, Costco or Sam's Club?
This ain't even a conversation.
Nobody
Come
goes
on,
to
dude.
Sam's Club.
Come on, dude. Did you see there was a stat that came out last week about employment retention rates between Costco and Sam's Club? You guys understand that Sam's Club has 70% attrition in their employment force, right? That 70% of their workers wind up leaving. I think it was like the stat was like inside of like 3 years or whatever. Because the conditions are just terrible. That they don't pay well, like they don't have great benefits, like they're basically cheaping out on their employees, and Costco is the exact opposite of that. And I just believe that there are some things I'm willing to acquiesce on and deal with, and Costco or Sam's Club's not one of them. It's Costco, dude. 100%.
Yeah, I think the biggest issue that, it's retail. And Costco is one of the few companies on the planet that treats people like human beings in retail. They pay them. They give them time off. They give them 401ks, I live in West Virginia. I know about not being a melting pot. Thankfully, my time in the Army helped me meet many people of different ethnicities and cultures. Exactly right.
Yeah, and listen, just for the record, like I don't think that Salt Lake being predominantly white makes it a bad place. I just think it's a fact of life there. It's a key social difference between Salt Lake and other cities. 9 out of 10 other cities are going to have massive diversity, all kinds of different people from all kinds of different backgrounds, and religions and color and all that. Like, it's just going to be a totally different thing. And I guess I don't know, man. I think that it doesn't ruin the day-to-day that Salt Lake is predominantly white, and and there obviously is a significant poly population there, but in the day-to-day, if you just go out, you're going to see a lot of white folks.
But here's the difference. If you're Polynesian, you're treated as a second-class citizen in Utah.
Yeah, which sucks.
And we have friends that are Polynesian. Their kids are ostracized at school. They're not invited to parties. That's just the Salt Lake culture. And in Salt Lake, listen, you can spin this and try to put this any way you want. Salt Lake City is parochial, if you will, which is an awesome word, but
it is.
They're provincial. If you are white and you are LDS and you are a member in good standing, your life is significantly easier from a business perspective. It's as simple as that. And I don't care what color your skin is, but if you happen to be white, your life is significantly easier as a business person. Oh, and then you're a paper billionaire like Ryan Smith, and you want to buy the Jazz and restore them to glory, and then you don't spend money, and your teams lose, and you're constantly tanking. Yeah, no problem. Here's billions of dollars. Have a new stadium and a bunch of blocks downtown.
And you cry about getting fined.
Here's a bunch of blocks. Here's a bunch of real estate, prime real estate, downtown Salt Lake City. Do what you want with it. Get rid of a Bravenel Hall. Yeah, get rid of it.
And there's no corruption there.
Should we put it on a ballot? No, just take the money. Come on. I think the state of Illinois will pony up the money and the Bears will end up in Arlington Heights. Probably. What are you going to do with the $450 million in bonds left on Soldier Field? That is one of the biggest sticking points. Walmart has a terrible track record concerning employees, trying to get them to work overtime off the clock. One thing they did was buy life insurance policies on their workers without them knowing.
Hey, James, any thoughts on that, dude?
James has experience with Walmart management. Isn't Sam's Club owned by the Walton family? It is. Utah's the 18th. What? It doesn't matter. That's it.
Why are you dying on this hill, dude? Why
because
are you doing this?
This is who Norge Koog is. You have zero frame of reference. You have no idea with which you speak. So do not even get started on the old LDS not wanting black people. And well, different conversation. Different conversation altogether. All right. Speaking of the LDS church, did AJ Dybantsa save BYU basketball? This cat has been on a run. And when I say a run, you guys know that we have talked about AJ Dybantsa for a long time. A long time. And we have talked about the fact that he absolutely has to step up. And people want to point to this graphic right here. Oh, but Monty, we were so close. Were you, though? Were you really that close, Nate? Or was it because AJ Dybantsa now has stepped up in his last 5 games? Look at those numbers. And what have we talked about on this show? AJ Dybantsa has to turn into a different player. He has to be an alpha male. He has got to somehow, some way, turn into an alpha male that dominates. And boy, has he. Averaging 30 points and 8 rebounds in his last 7. Dominant performance. And now you're getting the BYU that I think we all thought they could be. And I think, Jake, I don't think it's an exaggeration to say AJ Dybantsa may well have saved BYU's season with that win over Iowa State.
Yeah, I think that my criticism of AJ this year has been on the mentality side. I've said multiple times that, physically, clearly gifted. Talent-wise is not a problem. I like his game. I think his game translates to the league. He has things to work on, but I think that, his body, his game, it all translates. But his issue for me had always been mentality. His issue had always been that he was much more this guy that was passive on the floor. Like, he'd have moments in a game, but he was just too passive, generally speaking. And that for me was the problem. And then in the post game, he would be like, yeah, it is what it is. No big deal. Like, a very blasé. And I feel like after Richie tore his ACL, Kevin Young and AJ got together, had a conversation, and they got AJ to understand, okay, now's the time to flip the switch. We need you to go into full attack mode and be the guy and turn it on. And I do think that is the biggest change that we've seen. It's what has led to the numbers. It's what's led to the efficiency. It's what's led to them winning a couple more games here. And I think the Iowa State game was just the poster child of this. I think that they tried to do it. He tried to do this a bit against Arizona in that last game and just wasn't as successful as he wanted to be. Yeah. But I think the Iowa State game was kind of the, hey, I was able to put it together. I was able to cover the ground I wanted to cover. I was able to break guys off. I was able to do things I wanted to do. And I was able to put it together. And I will also say, the low-key, under-the-radar effort, in my opinion, by AJ Dybantsa and Kevin Young to position AJ as a guy that'll play 40 minutes to win a ball game when Darren Peterson's out here sitting out any chance he gets should not be missed with this team right now. And,
we're able to, they make it really hard for you to turn the corner and pick and roll because they're blitz and everything. So I thought we did a decent job of bringing the right guys up in there so we could turn the corner. Our AJ and Rob did a good job of just manipulating their coverages and stuff like that. But, AJ's ability to cover so much ground, I think, was beneficial. And then, Rob was able to break through that coverage as well and find guys. So, one thing that I think deserves mentioning with Rob and AJ, I mean, again, they both played 40 minutes each. And against the team who has the highest turnover percentage defensively in the country, and they had 13 assists and 3 turnovers. I mean, that's why that and the rebounds is why we won the game. Bottom line.
Pretty straightforward, dude. It's not hard to understand. It's not a big deal. But this clip from AJ where he's talking about, hey, if my team needs me to play 40, I'll play 40 is a direct shot at Darren, in my opinion.
I mean, it's not my decision. Coach thought, I was ready for it. I mean, obviously, I'm in shape. I work out a lot. I try to stay in shape. But if I need to play 40 minutes to win, I'll play 40 minutes to win.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a shot at Darren Peterson. I thought it was interesting This AJ Dybantsa versus Darren Peterson argument, I don't think that it should go unnoticed that Darren Peterson's pop is out here, putting up banners about, how it's not how you start, it's how you finish. I'd probably start the politicking as well. I'd probably start doing stuff like this as well, because I think Darren Peterson is in real trouble. And I understand that now every rock chalk MFer on the planet is out here saying that, oh, he just doesn't have the lift that we've seen historically. Did you see him in high school? He doesn't have that lift or explosive. I don't care. Then sit out until you're healthy. But what we're looking at to do here to end the season, I don't know how you don't take him number one over Darren Peterson, because this is what we've all criticized AJ Dybantsa for doing. Not being alpha enough, not being good enough. This stretch over the last 6 games against quality opponents, Arizona obviously is an interesting performance, but he's going up against one of the better defensive units they've seen in Iowa State. Iowa State's a pretty good defensive team. Really, I mean, he was brilliant.
Yeah.
He's been just out of this world. He has done exactly what I said he needed to do. I would take him number one over Darren Peterson every single day.
Yeah, and that's where I think Darren Peterson's dad, that's why he's politicking, because they're worried. They're worried they're not going to go number one overall now. And I don't think he deserves to go number one overall.
No, he doesn't.
I think that once you got, because I can't remember who it was, but one of the NBA beat writer guys for the league overall was talking about how league executives, and scouts and just those people have concerns about Darren Peterson's want to, as they should.
And
it's
his attitude.
Surprising. And
his attitude about this whole thing.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't even think it is a hot take to say that AJ should go number one now. And again, I want to continue to be accountable to what I've said. I didn't feel like AJ was a number one overall pick about a month ago. I felt like a month ago that Darren was the clear number one. AJ was very passive. He was not like, AJ basically this season had been riding on the MSG performance he had. And that was kind of his deal. But they go through this losing stretch. They lose a bunch of these games. They lose Richie Saunders, and Richie tearing his ACL, I feel like, is what pushed AJ over the edge. And I feel like the combination of that happening with the opportunity for AJ to continue to compare himself to Darren on the floor is what pushed AJ. You cannot tell me that this guy, AJ Dybantsa, is not following the Darren Peterson thing closely and not utilizing that as an opportunity to come out here and say, hey, like, I'm willing to do whatever it takes. And the fact that he played 40 against Iowa State and did it in a way where he's dropping guys on offense and shutting the other team's best scorer down, it's just a statement performance out of him. And that, to me, I was really happy to see. Now, again, moving forward, the obvious thing is, let's see what you do in the next game, in the next game, in the next game. How long can you do this? Is this just the new level you're playing at, or was that a 1-game peak and now we're going to regress back to, a little bit better than you were? Like, that's obviously moving forward what the outlook is, but I just wanted to make sure that we gave Bro his flowers for doing what he needed to do, without a doubt.
Has this gotten you back into college basketball?
I mean, I think the perceived comparison between Darren Peterson and AJ Dybantsa has a little bit. Yeah. I think obviously March Madness being right around the corner here kind of draws attention to it. I'm not like going way out of my way this weekend to watch a bunch of college basketball. I watched a good part of that Iowa State game, obviously, but I think that it's still, the tournament is what makes it special. The tournament is what gives me a reason to watch. Obviously we talk a lot of BYU, we talk a lot of Darren Peterson. So I watch some of that, but I'm not out here looking for rando college basketball game yet.
I am not either. I watch North Carolina, I watch Duke, and I watch BYU. Those are the 3 teams I pay attention to on a daily basis. And I do think this Dybantsa, Darren Peterson argument, I think this has got me back into college basketball. I generally am a March and April college basketball fan with some one-off exceptions. This Dybantsa Peterson thing has been interesting. And I think, you know what? I think the issue is the money in college sports has taken some of my love of college sports away. Not even going to front. It has been very difficult to have passion like I have historically had. And I think largely when money creeps into sports, the Chicago Bears argument.
Yeah.
When money creeps into sports, generally you're buying that money with fans' passion. And for me, it takes the passion away from it. And so I look at college basketball and I think guys like Darren Peterson don't give a rat's ass about the game of college basketball. It's why I think Cooper Flagg is such a generational talent, because he gave you everything he had and more at Duke. And now you're seeing that in the NBA. I think Darren Peterson doesn't love playing basketball. And watching AJ Dybantsa do this under heavy criticism, how can you argue that he is anything but passionate about playing basketball?
I don't think you can.
How can you argue that AJ Dybantsa is giving everything he's got to make BYU basketball as good as it can be while he is in that uniform?
Yeah, I think there's a really good chance, to your point, that AJ maybe at the beginning of this year, because we have to remember the kid's a freshman. Like, this isn't a senior we're talking about. This is still new for him as well, and I do think that matters. But I think there's a pretty good chance that AJ maybe didn't realize like his stature nationally quite like he knows he's a national star in college basketball. I think that he didn't understand maybe the power or like the sway his performance,
the influence.
Yeah, the influence. Exactly. Like, he didn't understand that, hey, well, if I go and play a game for BYU that's inevitably on national TV every single week, because they are, if I go and play a game where, did I have a good night? Sure. But I was passive and I really wasn't like dominating the game maybe the way I would be accustomed to, that's going to get talked about and that I'm going to be criticized.
Right.
And I think what's happened here is he got that criticism. You know, the team lost. He was criticized. Richie gets hurt. Kevin Young's reeling. And I feel like somewhere in there, obviously I don't know exactly when, but somewhere in there, I feel like AJ, either with Kevin Young or on his own, came to this point where he said, okay, look, like, this is my opportunity. Like, I now have an opportunity to come out here on the floor and assert myself as the best player on the floor, because now my team needs it.
Right.
And that's what I think the key difference with AJ is versus Cooper Flagg. Cooper Flagg was at Duke. He didn't give a damn who else was on the floor. He was always going to say to himself, I'm the best guy out here. I'm going to dominate this game. Because he went through the USA Select process. He played with NBA guys. That was his personality. AJ's process was different. And this is what I think people need to understand. AJ was the best high school player in the land for ages. Then he comes to BYU on a big money deal.
He's the best player in the country who went to BYU.
Yeah. So like from the onset, it was,
special.
Partially special, partially
Different.
Criticized, different. Like, how did BYU do that? So anyway, the point is, long story short, he gets to this point in the season where the injury happens. Kevin Young's reeling. People are asking questions about the team. And I feel like he needed that to then go and say, all right, I got to be the best player on the floor. And I need to get back to what I was doing in high school a little bit, which is dominating guys, which is why you're seeing all this conversation about, oh, well, look at how much ground he covers and look at the Euro and look at the midi and look at the vision. Like, that's why people are talking about this now.
And I guess just the hard part is Darren Peterson is a superior player. Darren Peterson is the best player in college basketball. But none of that matters.
No.
None of that matters. Any of us that have watched any amount of college basketball, and again, I say this and Mike Smith generally shaves off his beard over it, but when you cover a sport as intimately as I've had the great fortune of covering basketball, you know what it looks like. And I think I will continue to say, unless the rest of his season is just 30 points and 8 rebounds, AJ Dybantsa should come back to BYU. Darren Peterson has to go to the NBA. He has no choice. He will. I believe he will not be welcome back at Kansas. I just think he has burned a lot of bridges there with this. What do you even call this?
Lack of loyalty is what you call it.
My opinion is, I don't believe he's injured. I don't believe this cramping thing is real. Why would Bill Self say the shit he said if Darren Peterson is really hurt and he is having this thing where his body he's constantly dealing with cramps? Is that not a massive red flag if you're an NBA executive? Are you not, you're at Kansas. Are you not going through your epic medical program to try and figure out, hey, does this kid have some kind of disorder physically? Is there an illness or a disease where his body just can't process things right? So he's always cramping? Oh, that's right. Because he's probably not always cramping.
Yeah. And listen, listen to Bill Self last week after the Oklahoma State game. Listen to what dude's got to say right here.
I've had this a couple times now where Darren has a really strong first half and then isn't able to go the rest of the game. Just how have you sort of navigated that and what challenges does that maybe present?
Well, we've had it more than a couple of times. And I didn't anticipate that tonight at all. I thought he was good to go. But obviously we only got 18 minutes out of him. That's disappointing because he could have had a really big night. But one thing about it is it's happened often enough that our guys have learned to play without him, even though that's not the way we want to play. But that's certainly something that we're not unaccustomed to, right now.
Doesn't make you feel real good about it. It makes it sound like, I had no idea there was an issue. I'm not sure why he took himself out of the game.
Can I just point out the obvious NBA comp to Darren Peterson, behaviorally speaking?
Is it your mom?
Harden. James Harden. It's the obvious lack of loyalty.
Darren Peterson doesn't have a fupa. He doesn't have a fupa.
Yeah, listen, James Harden. We didn't get to it, and I should have forced the issue and talked about it. But James Harden over the All-Star break he's asked about like switching teams and all that and his legacy and all that. What does James say? Oh yeah, dude, this league is about business, dude. This isn't about loyalty. It's about money. That's exactly what Darren Peterson is, dude. I want nothing to do with the kid. I don't care how good he is. One player on an NBA team is not going to win you a championship in today's game. We've seen it time and time again.
My question is, what did Larden do to hurt you? Why are you?
He has been a guy who doesn't perform in the playoffs when his team needs him the most, constantly is fighting with Daryl Morey, and switches teams more than anybody I know. And by the way, not that I'm a LeBron guy, but if LeBron goes there and teams up with Donnie and Larden, and then Larden leaves at the trade deadline the first season Bron is there, I'm not going to feel bad for Bron, and I'm not going to be surprised about Harden leaving. I'm going to say I told you so.
Does it
that's
upset
exactly
you?
Who he is.
Does it upset you that Fat Ass is having a resurgent season? Is that what this is?
No, I mean, listen, I enjoy watching him play the game. Vintage James Harden coming back and making an appearance for the Cleveland Cavaliers has been great for the NBA.
47% from three for Cleveland.
Yeah, I mean that's a great story for the NBA. But I don't know, man. I from an NBA standpoint, I want nothing to do with somebody who I got to convince to be in the gym. It's the old Kobeism, right? Hey, if I got to convince you to be in the gym, if I got to convince you to work on your game, you're not that guy.
Dude, wait. We have to honor this comment. This is an all-timer.
Okay.
Hard to say, don't want a Platerson.
Bro, that's Lance Leitzold all over again, dude. Don't want a Platerson?
Is the best player not just about skills? This isn't the skills tournament. Don't want a Platerson. You actually have to want to play the game and be a good teammate, even if you're the alpha.
Dude, incredible. Honestly, incredible.
That is so good.
That is clubhouse leader for comment of the day right there. That's incredible, dude.
Brandon Butler, I'm hoping that the Jazz draft Boozer or Peterson over AJ just to see the epic meltdown by BDM. Could you imagine if they, oh my God. What are because the Jazz almost never get the draft right.
But they don't tank either. They don't tank either.
No,
So
We're doing everything that we can do to tithe. That's why we can't spend on players. Anyway, the point is, the teams that piss me off with the draft, the Jazz and the Suns. Like DeAndre Ayton, bro. But you got it right with Devin Booker. You know, I just
don't want to Peterson.
Oh, it's epic.
It's
an all-timer. It's an all-timer. Don't want to Peterson is an all-timer. Lopes fan Gabe, hello. Good to see you, my friend. Speaking of the Suns, hope you and the fan bam are well. Seen it all in all sports. When the head isn't right, the desire is 100%. Never works out ever.
Nope.
Never ever works out. It never does. It never ever does. So, should we just be, how much NIL is too much on it? Let's get into NIL a little bit, because I think this is kind of a carryover conversation. Did anybody see Malachi Tony's NIL deal with the U? Kind of sweet money if you can get it. Right? I mean, you're making 1.4 milli. And then if you come back for year 2, you're getting 500 GER on top of that. And 500 GER every year you come back to Miami. You get to use John Ruiz's private yacht, right? Pounding like a porn star. And you get the suite for any Dolphin game you want. It's a pretty good deal.
Okay. Now
right out the gate.
Yeah.
Pretty good deal.
Yeah. Now I would like to compare this to Dylan Raiola's deal, because I see some clear similarities here.
Excuse me, James Larden's deal.
Yeah, wannabe Mahomie. Yeah, I see some obvious, similarities here. 1.8 million, 1.4 million. Okay. And $1 million if Heisman finalist.
Malachi's making more money.
$500K additional each season he finishes at Miami. Okay, so we got a loyalty charge here. That's cool. I'm down with that. Okay. But this private suite thing, this is the thing I don't understand with NIL. Okay, private suite for Dolphins home game. It's Miami. They already played Hard Rock. Okay, that makes sense. Private suite for any NFL team of choice. Is anyone missing the obvious here?
Oregon doesn't have an NFL team.
And Malachi Tony is twice as important to Miami as Dylan Raiola will ever be to Oregon.
Malachi Tony has legitimate top 5 NFL pick. Now his size is going to be an issue, but dude is a baller.
Yeah.
And Dylan Raiola's fat. And he's not going to play this year. So you're going to pay him millions of dollars to be your quarterback next year.
Basically.
This feels like a pretty good deal for Malachi Tony. And it's probably a better deal for Chubby because, why am I fat shaming Dylan Raiola? I'm a bad person.
Because he's fat.
I'm a bad person. But what is your take on Malachi Tony's NIL deal?
I think it's fine. I think it's in direct correlation and ratio to his value to the team. And that's what NIL should be. Your best players will make more, and it will cost more to retain them. That's how sports works, right? Pro level, college level. That's how it works, dude. This is what I said about the Bears. This is what I've been saying for years about the Pac-12, right? This is what I said about Stanford and Cal. If you're winning, you have more value. So if you're a top 5 player on a roster for any given team, your NIL value goes up. So
I agree.
I like Malachi Tony's value. I think that he is a dominant slot receiver. I think that he's their Tyreek Hill. That to me is a very fair comp for him at the college level. I think he's a guy that burns you with speed, has good hands, understands concepts. Like I like what he does for them. They're a different team without him, which you can't say about Dylan Raiola or several of these other guys that have big NIL packages. So I look
big
at Malachi.
Packages.
Yeah, I look at Malachi and I like it. My problem is that you're going from Carson Beck to Darian Mensah, and I think again, and I'm going to keep saying it, everyone just assumes that Darian Mensah is going to be a rubber stamp, no doubt about it, work perfectly.
I have no doubt. I think he's a stud.
And that's great, and that's great. I'm not saying it's a talent issue. What I'm saying though is that you weren't able to figure out Carson Beck. Why should I have any belief that?
Well, they
that
did
you're
go to
gonna
a
figure
national
out?
championship game.
Yeah, nothing to do with Carson Beck though. Everything to do with the defense, everything to do with the run game, and everything to do with 5-yard ins to Malachi. Like that, it wasn't because Carson Beck was just this dominant player.
I think you didn't win a national championship because of Carson Beck. I don't think that you weren't. I think it's way over the top to say you couldn't figure out Carson Beck. I think what's the right way? You just limited yourself. Darian Mensah has exponentially more top end than Carson Beck. I don't even think it's close. I think Darian Mensah is incredible. I think he's going to be incredible. Gabriel, I'm angry at the Clippers. They better get some wins. Otherwise, the Thunder will laugh at everyone during the draft. This is not wrong. True. Desperate teams resort to desperate measures. Okay. Isn't that more than a rookie contract in the NFL? Some, certainly. But here's the question about NIL. Can we have unlimited NIL spending? Do you believe? Because this is something that I think a lot of administrators want. And obviously this is top-end utopia G6 terror land, right? I don't think you can have top-end. I don't think you can have uncapped spending. I think we need a structure in place that salary cap, call it what you want. I don't think you can have unfettered NIL spending because you're just going to have, it creates the haves and the have-nots. And I think that's particularly bad for college athletics. I don't think you can have, because if you're Ohio State, you'll outspend everybody. Why wouldn't you? Tell me why you wouldn't. You would. And I think that's very bad for the Minnesotas of the world, the Wiscos of the world, the Nebraskas of the world, who will not outspend everybody. And I don't know how do you sell that to your membership? Because I think the Big Ten's a very good example of this. And we talk about the dynamics, and the Big Ten has a problem, and it's that they don't have a whole lot of dudes that want to win. They got a whole lot of don't want to play Petersons and not enough AJ Dybantsas in the Big Ten. God, don't want to play Peterson is so good.
Big boo.
Right? You have too many teams in the Big Ten that are happy to just get the TV money. And not enough Ohio States, Ohio's, that are looking to kick everybody's ass. That's the real issue in the Big Ten, right? You have Ohio. I don't know what to say about Michigan. I don't know where Michigan is right now, but let's put Michigan in there. I think you have Oregon, USC, and maybe Penn State. I'll give you 4 rock-solid football programs that'll do anything they need to do to win a national championship.
Not Indiana.
Well, Indiana's already winning national championships, but they're not going to. Would Indiana spend the requisite cash? I mean, they just gave Psycho Boy another contract extension. What? Kirk Cignetti is take your shirt off at the golf course guy.
Come on, dude.
Right? Like, you guys remember that video of the dude that's like, that rips his shirt off, and you guys remember that guy?
Yes.
That's Kirk Cignetti, right? I don't know that Indiana's willing to spend at that level. And I think it's going to be very difficult to maintain the level that Indiana's at. But hey, throw Indiana. There's 5 rock solids.
Yeah.
What about the rest of the league?
What about the other 800 teams in the league?
And then you go and you look at somebody like a Big 12. You've got 1 or 2 teams. You look at the ACC. I don't know that you have any teams.
Oh, yeah, you do. Miami.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do you? Do you even? Florida State, $437 million in debt.
I don't regret those decisions.
Miami, but see, here's the difference. This is what I look at. Like this graphic right here is terrifying.
Mm-hmm.
You're $437 million in debt. I'll take student loan debt over that debt. And so I look at Miami. I think Miami's been very pragmatic in their spending. I don't think that Miami's been way over the top. Miami's got a stadium problem.
Yeah.
Right? Like Miami needed that on-campus stadium to happen. Okay, we'll see. Does it ever? Maybe. Who knows? You just got crazy with the elections. We'll see. My point is, how many teams in the ACC are willing and able to spend all that money that's required? Florida State clearly is willing and apparently able.
Yeah, it's just not an NIL. That's billable hours.
But you're terrible. They're awful. Yet they won't fire their coach because they don't want to pay the buyout. So are you really willing? Yeah. Are you really willing? You're probably.
Oh, Monty, what about Duke? I mean, Duke was the winner of the ACC. Come on.
Then why is Darren Peterson playing in Miami?
Oh, I got one. What about SMU, Monty? I mean, come on.
Did you see the gift that SMU just got? Didn't they just get $50 million more?
Who are you,
We'll
Arizona
see.
State?
My point is, Miami's doing it well, but Miami doesn't want uncapped NIL spending. There's only so many dudes that can get unfettered access to the yacht.
Yeah, I think that's the essence of the issue in college football is that you have a mix of these schools. Obviously, some want to pay, some don't, but you don't have a system in place that allows you to put together a cap of some kind or structure around spending, and that's the problem. And that's where I say you probably got. I mean, honestly, if you're a college football fan, you probably need to get real comfortable with the fact you're probably not seeing change until I would say 2030. I think like real implemented, hey, this is here type change.
Yeah.
Until early 2030s, because that's when the TV deals are done. That's when, most of the TV contracts in college athletics are through 31, 32. So you'll start to see negotiations in 29 and 30. And by that point, I think what will happen is from now until 29, 30, you are going to have heavy-handed negotiations around this new Super League concept. And again, this is why I say the Super League thing or the new entity is a super deep thing, because not only do you have to come up with the new structure and who's going to be in, who's going to be out, how it's all going to take place, just from a playing games perspective, but then you have the transfer portal, NIL, side of doing business. And that to me is what makes it difficult, because if you're Ohio State, you don't want capped spending. You don't want to do that. Why would Ohio State want that? But if you're Duke or if you're, Baylor, you probably do want capped spending, because that levels the playing field a little bit. That allows you to compete a little bit more until we get to the part of the conversation where we say, why would anyone want to play for Baylor if they can play for thee, or if they can play for a national power? So that's where I say I just think it's several more years of this, which is unfortunate. But what else do you do? I mean, if we had a way to make schools and ADs spend more money, then they would have already been spending. But that's why we have the Baylors of the world. That's why we have K-State melting down in football. That's why we have TCU being the same guy they've always been. It's not surprising anymore.
I don't think you can have uncapped spending. In the comments section, do you guys want uncapped NIL spending? Do you? Because listen, for me, it would benefit me. I think if Jesus Christ and the boys over in South Bend could spend whatever they wanted on the body and blood of Christ, we would be drinking wine and crackers all day long. That probably didn't work the way I did.
It's really just that simple
in my head. But the point
God's name, image, and likeness.
I think if Notre Dame could spend unfettered amounts of cash on NIL. We would win everything. We're going to win everything this year. It doesn't matter. And if not, it'll be the greatest 10-game run that never led to anything.
Bro.
But Aqua, my point is, I'm just telling you now, you can't have unfettered NIL spending.
I personally believe that
in the Iraq you can.
That in the Iraq, Notre Dame has a slush fund where they can have unlimited spending on their roster.
Thank you, Jake. This is the most underrated issue in college football. Athletic directors don't have the will to win. No, they don't. No, they don't. I'm telling you, we're going to murder people this year.
We keeping a book right now. We ass.
And you mark my words on February 23rd of my birthday month. You mark my words. If we don't win a national championship, Marcus Freeman's out on his ass, and I'll come and pat this shit for him. I don't want any excuses.
Come on,
I want no excuses.
Are you raising your voice at me?
Yeah, Marcus, shut your mouth. Right? I don't want excuses.
I just have a question, dude. What's it like to be a football fan of the state of Indiana? You've got Notre Dame. You're about to have the Bears. Like, what's it like, dude? Is it enjoyable or not?
Says the guy who's a fucking sellout for Oregon. Oh, man, look at these green shoes, Monty. I got to tell you, quack, quack, bitches. You're a sellout. Don't come in here and talk to me. Oh, state of Indiana football. Shut up. Come in here talking about state of Illinois.
It's disgusting.
I wasn't. I was talking about Indiana where the Bears play.
Oh, yeah, lakefront on some man-made lake in Hammond, Indiana.
But don't I always tell you guys, I don't have nice things in sports. I don't have goodness. I don't have, because my life as a sports fan sucks.
This is just a really sad state of affairs.
Right? Like, my life as a Bears fan is miserable. We're finally relevant. Now we're going to move to Hammond, Indiana.
Well, that's the issue, isn't it?
We're not moving to Hammond, Indiana. Go fuck yourself. My point is,
Notre Dame, our mother.
My point is, we're finally relevant. So we're moving our stadium to a reservoir in Hammond?
Venice Parade.
No.
Venice Parade.
BYU is not God's team.
BYU is God's team? Yeah, okay. Thanks, Kay. Thanks.
BYU is Joseph Smith's team, not Joseph. It's not Joseph. It's Joseph Smith.
Human or non-human?
Right? Like, settle down. Notre Dame is God's team.
And I'll see you in Valhalla.
And if you don't believe me, just flip on the Notre Dame game. Jesus is at every Notre Dame game. He's a season ticket holder. He's got the best seat in the house. Okay? Like, the BYU is...
Got anything to say, quite frankly, fuck you.
Jake is not gay. Okay, so we're going to start lying now. But he is for Dan Lanning, throat slammer.
He's a hoe, and I want that known.
Yeah. NIL payouts being public for each athlete is crazy. Why corps go out of their way to keep employee salaries private, the jealousy factor is destructive.
Yeah, but we're really victimizing. We're really playing the victim card. Like, no, dude. Listen, if taxpayers are involved, your stuff is public. Simple as that. Simple as that.
And why shouldn't it be?
Yeah. Like, so what, are we going to start saying that PGA Tour players' salaries and earnings shouldn't be publicized? Come on, dude.
And now Kay Nurin has gone too far. Okay, what do you want to bet? I'm willing to put some ducats up.
You're a homer is the first part.
I mean, I'm just telling you now. There will be death. There will be death. And Notre Dame is coming. The weight room tape on Notre Dame, my God. That they are going out of their way to show you what is coming. Yeah. And I don't care where you play that game. You want to play it on a rice paddy in Vietnam? Let's do it. Notre Dame will beat wholesale ass. It doesn't matter where we play. Doesn't matter where we play. I know my gardener Jesus at Notre Dame games. You don't have to keep doxing the poor guy, Monty. Listen. I'm not doxing him. I'm just simply saying that Jesus and his father, who is a Jewish carpenter, they have season tickets to Notre Dame football.
Iraq.
He doesn't share them, but, you know, I'm just telling you, and from what I understand, there's a lot of red wine in Jesus' luxury suite at Notre Dame. I'm just saying. Just trying to help. Jesus does not like football. He does not approve of him doing the Legion pigs, toting the Legion pigskin around.
Okay.
Probably over my head. I'm not smart.
I believe that's it. Anyway. Okay.
Better hope Notre Dame does not have an early season MAC game because that weight room throat glazing is not going to help. It won't. Speaking of throat glazing, Jeremiah Champion. Morning, fellas. Have a good one. Hello,
finally stepped out of the classroom to turn the show on, huh?
Yeah. How was choir class the other day? Jeremiah is a substitute teacher. He essentially is the Kash Patel of substitute teachers. He just flies in, hangs out, parties, and leaves. And everything's fine.
Yeah. Do you have a G5, dude? Like, is that how you do this? You just fly around the country on your G5?
The Kash Patel video. I mean, he is a legendary douchebag. This is Buddy, who is 3 feet tall and ain't nobody and never has been. Now has, like, he went to the dollar store and got a bag. Like, you're such a weirdo, Kash.
Boy, dude?
He is such an odd little midget. Like, the guy is just...
Hey, that is insensitive.
He's a little person.
We don't take any shit.
It's amazing to me. Kash Patel is one of the great stories in Americana, right? Like, who are we fucking kidding? This is a guy who nobody likes. He's got weird eyes. Nobody wants to look at him in the eyes because you don't know which one to look at, right? He can't get laid. And then somehow he ends up as the director of the FBI, and he's rocking a private jet. He's banging an actress, and he's going to the Team USA hockey locker room to celebrate. And we're paying for all of it. Okay, listen, you know, don't we all need a little bit of what Kash Patel's got? Don't we need a little bit of what Kash Patel's got?
I mean, a little bit, yeah. A little bit, yeah. but this conversation here is really the Kash Patel conversation right here. This is the conversation, okay? This is the conversation, okay? We need to talk about it, okay? I don't know how this came to be, but the combo of Sean McVay and Kash Patel was... I didn't put that together until someone did, and it's just incredible.
Oh, it's legendary.
Yeah.
It's incredible. They have to be related. Mom pounded the UPS guy. That's the only way you can explain this graphic. Right? Like, that's the only way you can, like, it's amazing. But Kash Patel, listen, if we want to talk, my wife dropped the phrase emoluments clause yesterday.
Emoluments clause.
Yeah, like, listen, if there's a dude emolumenting his way around the world, is it not freaking Kash Patel?
I'm sorry, I'm not smart enough. What does emolumenting mean?
It's over your head. It's fine.
Yeah, I'm aware.
You don't watch The Good Fight, and you're less off.
Dude, I don't watch 70s TV.
Exactly. For a guy who's never seen Heat, he talks about 70s TV.
I have seen Heat, actually.
The point is, it is Kash Patel, you go do you, bruh. Because when this is all over, it's never, when you jump off the building, you don't die from the fall. It's the hard stop.
Yeah, speed never killed anybody. It's the
Right?
rapid, the rapid stopping.
Deceleration, the rapid deceleration.
Yeah. Mhm.
And all I'm saying is if you can fly around the world on taxpayer money in a private jet and go celebrate with Team USA, you do you, dude. You do you until you can't be you. And then we'll see how things work out.
Afghanistan.
Right? Like, yeah. You do you. Meanwhile, Tucson kidnap old lady thing is still happening. That's still a thing.
We're not. Did Charlie Kirk's murder ever come to be? Did the kidnapper ever get found? Like, nah.
Think of it being a way to keep government employees from accepting bribes or kickbacks, Jake. Exactly.
Yeah, whatever, dude. It's so ridiculous.
How is this guy not fired already? The FBI has been a circus, and former FBI agents and directors want him gone. I'm just saying, live your life, dude. To hell with the law. Live your life, right? Live your life. The difference is one of those two guys is great at his job. The other one, yeah, not so much. Speaking of the dude, bro, have you guys seen what's going on in Mexico? Have you guys seen?
We've had a long-standing stance on this show or position of we're not going to Mexico. I'm not vacationing in Mexico.
Listen, Jake can get a chicken burrito anywhere at McDonald's, right? He doesn't need to go to Mexico. When's the last time you had a chicken burrito, Jake?
It's been a while.
I'm disappointed in you.
Yeah, it's been a while.
When we go to Javier's next month, which is 5 weeks away now.
Yeah.
How's the golf game looking?
Driver's better. Short game is not good. Wet golf is so much more difficult than dry golf.
I would agree. But the point is, Mexico is a hard no for me. I have been a hard no on Mexico for how long?
A decade?
A long time. And this is why. You're just getting some gas. Buddy's just pumping his gas.
Oh.
And then the cartel rolls up and they pull out assault rifles. And they're trying to tell you to get out of your car. And then they're like, nah, you can keep your car. But if you stay here, we're going to light you on fire. And then they just turn on the gas pumps. And then
look at how close he comes to getting on fire. Like that's inches, dude. Very close.
So, and I'm not going to say names because I don't want to get the flags and stuff. The federales killed a cartel leader. So, as all cartels do, when you kill their heads, they are absolutely dismantling Puerto Vallarta right now. It is a war scene. It quite literally looks like there's a war there. And it is on fire. People are being murdered. Like they're blocking streets by lighting cars on fire.
Yeah. And now Americans and Canadians can't get home because all the flights are canceled. Nice.
Why are the flights canceled? They're destroying the airport. It is wild what is going on in Puerto Vallarta. And I will just keep saying to you, oh, Encinitas, Monty, the Baja. Nope. Tijuana. Nope. I'm not going to Mexico. There's too many burlap sacks for this fat head to wind up in.
I guess I just don't get it. I don't understand. Why go to Mexico when there are so many other places to go? You know, I understand that, you know, some people have ties there and it's a heritage thing. I can get down with that. But if you're a U.S. citizen, I just don't think that going to Mexico is like what you should be doing. And I think that there are so many other places to go, other things you can do besides Mexico where you're not at risk of dying on the street just casually. And that's what I don't get. And I don't understand why people force it so hard. If you want to see the ocean, go to California, go to Florida, go to Hawaii. Like, I don't know, man. I just think it is, I don't know. I think that it's a struggle for me when people are like, oh yeah, I went to Mexico and then, yeah, my buddy got killed and it was the worst day of my life and now I'm back home. It's like, dude, what? So I don't know. Yeah, and then we have this angle out of Lopes fan Gabe, which I'm a little surprised by. You mean the U.S.-backed cartel destabilizing Mexico to create yet another distraction from the Epstein files? Yeah, Mexico, Iran, whatever you want to look at.
Iraq, Canada, China. It's crazy what's going down there, dude. I am not. Yeah. Mexico, steer clear of it. Well, I don't know about all that, Mike, but I thought the one thing we all united around was Costco. Yeah, but they even burned that. Did you guys see that? The Costco in Mexico? Bro, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
By the way, all the trollers on X talking about, hey, where is Kirkland's signature special forces to defend Costco? Can we stop trolling while the warehouse is being burned down, please? Like, can we have a little more decency? Thanks, bro.
Yeah. Especially because of rumors of them targeting Americans. Yeah, I'm good.
Well, I don't know how you can say it's rumors anymore. People are dying. Like,
I'm actually surprised that Donnie's not dropping some ordnance south of the border. I'm kind of surprised by that. We got Kash reportedly having a Cold War with the sheriff's office. Then he goes to the Olympics and Nancy Guthrie is still missing. Yeah,
it's a brutal look, dude.
It's not a great look. I truly despise the Wag the Dog sequel we're being forced to watch and that so many people can't see it to know it. Oh, they do see it. They just ignore it.
Yeah.
It's not that they can't see it. They just ignore it. That's the hard part. You see what's happening in front of you. You just choose to ignore it. And here we are in, 8 months, 9 months away from an election that's going to change the course of this country. Is what it is. NFL Combine starts this week. Jake, are you a Combine head or not?
I mean, a little bit. Like, I'm not. It's definitely. Let me put it to you this way. I'll probably watch more of the NFL Combine than I did of the Olympics because it's easier to watch. That's what I'll say. I wouldn't call myself a Combine head or a nerd.
I love it.
But I do enjoy watching the 40. I also enjoy watching the wide receivers go through all the ball skill drills. That's really fun to watch. So, I think that, like, I Ruben Bain, opting not to do the Combine makes perfect sense to me. I think he's a no doubt about it. Why would you? Everyone knows what you are.
And I also think that the point he made, my tape speaks for itself. Ding.
Yeah. Like,
go and do the interviews, go talk to some bros.
Yeah.
And then go home.
Yeah.
Go home and get on the billionaire yacht, enjoy the sun.
Keep lifting weights, keep doing your thing.
I wouldn't work out at all. I wouldn't. And the other guy not working out that I think is very interesting, Fernando Mendoza. Now, his hot aunt probably advised him not to work out, which, I mean, I'm fine with. Because after what happened at the national championship game, I mean, how much better could life be? Right?
Your third leg was just phenomenal.
I think Fernando Mendoza is going to be a bust. I am terrified for the Raiders on this. I know I am likely alone in this. This feels like a thing where I think Fernando Mendoza can't gain. I think he is clearly the number one pick in the draft. But you cannot tell me that Fernando Mendoza is a lock superstar in the NFL. I don't see it. I don't buy that even a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that I'd say he's a lock superstar. I think that I think that Fernando Mendoza is the perfect case of this guy can be a franchise guy provided you know how to develop a quarterback. Because I believe that mentally he's one of the best quarterback talents we've had in a long time. I think he knows how to read defenses. I think that he played the system perfectly in Indiana. And I think it's short-sighted to say that, hey, well, the guy didn't ever go through progressions and things like that. because they didn't ask him to go through progressions. They asked him to read the defense and play with 2 reads because they didn't want to have an issue where he was taking a physical beating, even though he took that physical beating against Miami. So then all the people naturally migrate to, well, look what he did against Miami. He took a beating. Yeah, but then what was his response? He started running the football and won his team the ball game. So you can't say the kid doesn't have heart. You can't say the kid isn't going to fight for his team. And I just don't buy that. Like, I'd so much rather draft Fernando Mendoza than Anthony Richardson, let's say, or any guy that's a run first guy that has shown no propensity to throw the football. Because if you're going to criticize the guy, because I know what your criticisms are. Hey, he didn't go through progression. He doesn't have a great arm. Like, it's all the usual stuff.
Not a great athlete. He's not naturally gifted.
But he's
His
just a good enough
mechanics are
athlete.
ass.
He's just a good enough athlete to go win a national championship by running through the Miami defense. He's just a good enough athlete to be a really accurate passer, because you can't have it both ways. You can't say that he didn't go through a progression. He's just a system quarterback. And then
I didn't say he's a system quarterback. What I said is he doesn't read defenses,
which inherently means that he's running the system. No?
And what I said is he is a guy that needs to be in shotgun. He does not process quickly. He is that guy open? Is that guy open? That's what he is. He is a 2-read guy. Now, a lot of it is his defense doesn't require him to do that. His only job is not to turn the football over. And he did that at a very high level, right? Great ball skills. He's going to have to show that he can play much faster. And I ask you to go back through the history of the NFL draft. How many quarterbacks who were required to step up and play exponentially quicker mentally than they are used to playing in college have turned into stars? Almost none. He does not and has never been required to process quickly. Is he a playmaker? Without question. Does he have the mental aptitude? I'm sure he does. But he's going to have to show that. And he's going to have to show that he can make every throw. Well, I don't believe that he's that guy right now. So I wouldn't go to the combine either, because he's going to be the number 1 draft pick. He'll be the first pick off the board, almost without question. And if you're the Raiders, quarterback is not your number 1 need. Not in this draft, because I think this is going to be an incredibly light quarterback draft.
Agreed.
I would trade that pick.
Yeah, I guess
without question.
I also agree with that too. 100%. I would trade out. If I'm the Raiders, I'm trading out and I'm maximizing value in this draft. 100%. But we'll just have to see. This is why I say my overreaching point on Fernando Mendoza has been and will continue to be that he needs to get to the right situation, and he's a gold mine of opportunity, in my opinion. I think that if you sat him under Kyle Shanahan, he's got everything you need to thrive under Kyle Shanahan or Sean McVay or any offensive mind that knows how to develop a quarterback through film and on the field. But if he's going to go to an organization that is defensive minded, he will never realize his top end potential, which is why I think in the NFL, you're getting more and more of these guys where they were pretty solid in college, and then it takes them 5-6 years. Sam Darnold might be the best example of this, right? Took him 5-6 years to get through crap situation after crap situation, and then gets to a couple of good ones and turns into something. And I think Fernando Mendoza is the same conversation, dude. And I look at this NFL draft, and I agree, it's very light in the quarterback room. I wouldn't be drafting quarterback in this draft if I had my say. I would definitely be going defense, and I would probably be going D-line, O-line. Like, I would be trenches and probably secondary in this draft, honestly.
I think if I'm the Raiders, I am probably taking Francis Muiaga in this, or Muigoa, excuse me, I believe it is, in this draft, number 1. But you're not going to take him at the top spot. And listen, I think there is no question that having Clint Kubiak as your head coach with Fernando Mendoza gives you a lot of reasons to be optimistic.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to take Fernando Mendoza because I think he's by far and away the best quarterback in the draft. And that's exactly why you need to trade that pick. Because I don't see it. Like, who are the top 5 players in this draft? Probably Arvell Reese would be my number 1. Jeremiah Love would be number 2, because I think he's going to be all world. I would think David Bailey would be number 3. Caleb Downs would be 4. And then I think Francis Muigoa from Miami is number 5.
Yeah. A lot of defense.
Lot of defense. Lot of defense. I think Bain, Carnell Tate, Sonny Styles, Jordan Tyson, the wide receiver from Arizona State. Notice there's not many quarterbacks in the top 10. They're not. And I think if you're the Raiders, you've been looking for how long?
Yeah.
So do we have any updates on the combine status of Diego Pavia's mom? I'm asking for a friend. And I want it known, this is still Jake saying she's not hot.
It's not what I said, dude.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. That is not what I said.
So, okay. So reset yourself on Diego Pavia's mom.
Diego's Pavia mom.
Diego's Pavia mom.
Sorry.
Diego Pavia mom.
Bro,
mom.
she is trashy, and she is not the girl you want to marry.
Come here.
She is Kash Patel's girl at the party drinking with the bros. That's who she is.
My dog hates me.
And no surprise. And I look at it and I'm just like, dude, it's not for me, man. You want to go out and you want to catch whatever's going on with her, you knock yourself out, bro. But I'm not on that life. And I'm also not on crazy-eyed Fernando Mendoza's aunt either. So neither of them are good.
I don't know how you don't like Diego Pavia's mom. Truly,
just told you about it.
I think. Oh, there he is. Hey, buddy. Wow, he stepped in. Okay, come here. Derek's your puppy. There's a little buddy. See, there he is. There's Django. Say hi, Django.
Bro is unamused.
No, because his mother's standing right here, and he is totally a mama's dog. Do you want to sing? Good boy. Way to sing. Wow. See, you try to do nice things for people.
Wow.
And totally wrecked my headset. Okay. Listen, it is what it is, right?
Apparently.
Oh, yeah. That's so rattly now. Okay.
See, this is what happens. You try to get the dog on the show and you just got yourself a $100 bill at Amazon.
You try to put nice things into the show and it doesn't happen. But anyway, I am not drafting Diego Mendoza, and I am drafting Diego Mendoza. I put those two together. I am not drafting Fernando Mendoza, and I am drafting Diego Pavia's mom. Pavia is going to be drafted by Team Patel. Okay. Gabriel says Jake knows what's up. Okay. Jake needs to have a living La Vida Loca time in his life. Go out and be wild. Yeah. Photos of Pavia's mom doing Heisman poses in the stand are elite. I'm just telling you.
Go play intramurals, brother.
Let's just be honest about Diego Pavia he's a loser. You're just not doing it. But the fact, what? Do you disagree with that?
No. This Brandon Butler comment right below Gabe's comment. What are you doing here, bro? Who is, Anyway, go on. Please continue.
All I'm saying is Diego Pavia's mom is probably the best thing going on in his life.
Come on, man.
Because he's not going to be. I mean, dude, she's getting trucked by Theo Vaughn.
This is fucking America,
right? Like, how are we even?
How do you hear that? How do you hear that? And you're like, "Yep, green light, no problem."
Bro, I'm not telling you I want to shop at that store.
I'm giving you a fucking answer.
You know, but she's not unattractive. This is, but, and again, I say it's Lewis Hamilton and Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, I was going to say, is this not,
right?
Is this, like you just said, bro, you just said that Theo Von is trucking Diego Pop.
That's a known thing. Go look it up.
Oh, man, Theo Von's got an 18-wheeler, Monty.
Like, you're going to need an 18-wheeler to park in that garage.
Dude, bro.
Are you kidding me? Why is that wrong about Theo Von and Diego Pavia's mom?
No, it's not wrong. It's just a funny way to describe it.
Right?
Here I am.
You know.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. This is just no. Sorry, dude. And I don't know who bro is grabbing the football here, but that's I'm not sure what you're doing there, bro.
He's got some meaty knuckles.
His cock.
You know, I'm just saying.
I'm just telling you, bro.
The hat and spaghetti strap. So
yeah,
you
like,
guys,
I just can't, dude. Like I can't.
What do you mean you can't?
I'm not shopping at that store, dude. And your attractiveness level is forever and eternally connected to how many bros you've gotten down with. And if you're telling me that homegirl is out here with everybody, I'm not interested. It's just not for me. That's not my vibe, bro, at all, even a little bit.
Okay.
And the problem is
her name is Antoinette Padilla, by the way.
Okay, I'm out. The other problem is that Fernando Mendoza's aunt looks crazy to me. Like looks like the eyes and the
Fernando
vibes.
Mendoza's aunt have to do? Guy, you're talking about a Lexus versus a broken down pickup truck. I want the broken down pickup truck. Right? Like I want the broken down pickup truck, man. That's what this conversation's about. So you don't bring every woman home to meet your mom. Right? Like the
problem is if you get involved with her, you're bringing something home that's living with you the rest of your life. That's the problem. That's who you're going home with.
Why do you have to bring that up? Why do you have to go?
Because that fact of life inherently diminishes any value that she may or may not have. I'm sorry, but it's just, it is what it is.
And this is because of Theo Von.
This is because of Theo Von and anyone else, dude. That's the great unknown. Like, okay, if you're
that's such a wild take.
If you are knocking it down with Theo Von, then what other podcast are you knocking it down with?
Allegedly.
Yeah, but we all know how it goes. It's your famous saying from my whole life: perception's reality. So I'm not saying allegedly. Is what it is, right? Like,
allegedly. That's I think. Yeah, I just don't know how you're not a fan. I think it's crazy to me.
I just think she's incredibly try hard, dude. Incredibly try hard.
Bro, is she trying hard in this picture?
Yeah, she's trying very hard here. She's trying really hard in the Heisman pose. Like, I don't know.
I guess I just think she's having fun.
Yeah.
Right? Like, yeah.
Sure.
Again, it's probably fun getting trucked by Theo Von. Not. Right? Like, see, that pic shows the hat makes the hot factor go up. Without the hat, it goes down. Okay. Fernando Mendoza, Jeremiah Love, Arvell Reese, Caleb Downs, and Bain from Miami. There you go.
Bailey, here's the problem, bro. You're trying to have a draft conversation, and we're out here talking about bro's mom.
No, we're out here talking about bro's mom getting trucked by Theo Von. Forget not shopping at that store. I'm flooring it past the parking lot. But again, you guys remember the story we talked about last week. Why is Lewis Hamilton dating Kim Kardashian?
That to me is just all about money. That's it. They're both gazillionaires, and Lewis is just out. It's like what Mike said, right? He's out there living it up. And I wouldn't be doing that if I were Lewis, but I'm not Lewis. So, knock yourself out, bro.
Yeah, I don't understand why guys like Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, well, Marcus agrees. Jake needs that phase for sure.
No.
Somebody drop his ass off in Tijuana and let's see who the real players are.
Bro, I'm not going to come back alive. So if you're low key, if you're pulling a Donnie,
him off in Tijuana
dude,
and let's see who the real players are.
Yeah, if you're pulling a Donnie and trying to House of Cards the show into it just being Monty, like I get it, but just come out and say you just want Monty, because if I go to Tijuana, I'm done, dude. Like I'm not making it like 4 hours in Tijuana. It's over.
Bad boys for life, right? I mean,
yeah. Like give me a yellow Hummer and see how long I last. Like it's not happening.
I am amazed by the depth of this conversation. It is, I guess it just is what it is.
But Mike, seriously though, and this is the difference. You guys are just willing to put aside the fact that she slept with Theo Von allegedly. Like if she allegedly...
There was no sleeping.
Yeah, well, great. Excellent point. So you allegedly did what we did, and now I'm supposed to just look past that and be like, oh yeah, man, she looks, bro, that's the hot drunk girl who looks amazing in a cowboy hat that I want to get at the bar. No, I'm not really interested, dude. I'm just not. It's not my vibe. It's not it.
Jake would come back with a neck tattoo and greased back hair.
Yeah, right? Like, come on.
Okay. Listen, I don't think that there is any doubt. And again, maybe this is just me. I don't think there's any doubt that there are fun times and people you take to Old Country Buffet, and there are people that you take to a nice steakhouse, and you're taking Diego Pavia's mom to Taco Bell. That just is what it is.
I'm so bricked up right now.
She's going to throw up in the drive-thru. She's going to open the door and hurl out the side of the car. And you're going to love her for that. For like 15 minutes. Well, in Jake's case, 20 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, if you were going to hit up his mom, you first need to get an NIL deal for a full body saran wrap. Yes.
Facts.
Why do we think that dog has fleas?
Facts.
Oh, dude. What do you mean? You can't be serious.
Just because
look at the vibe, dude. Look at the vibe.
Right, but that doesn't mean she's promiscuous.
Oh, please. Come on. Come on.
Come on, what?
You can't be serious. Dude, bro, you can't. You're wearing knee highs to a football game, dude. Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
You're wearing a 3XL shirt as a dress with knee-high boots, and you're telling me I'm supposed to think she's not promiscuous. Come on. Come on. Come on, dude.
This is not the most flattering photo of her. You know, I don't know. I think it's, dude. Well, but isn't that what dudes do?
Yes, dude, I am. That's my point, bro. That's my point. Again, it's your reputation and your appearance before anything. That's how we date. That's how we get involved. That's the whole nine. Tell me you don't walk around, Anthony. Tell me you don't go to the store, and while you're in the bread aisle, you're like, oh, wow, look at that 50-something getting some peanut butter. Tell me you don't do that, dude.
Yeah, that loaf of bread has a little mold on it, Monty.
Bro. Come on, man. Don't get all holier than thou, y'all judging a book by its cover. Sorry, dude. I only have the cover to judge because I don't see her anywhere else besides in a big-ass shirt worn as a dress and knee-highs at a football game or on Theo Von's pod. Like, what else am I supposed to do? Like,
yeah.
What else am I supposed to do, bro?
I'm just telling you. I don't think we should be assuming that that dog has fleas. Let's, when you're young, you got to live life. I had my fun, but I have also been married for over 25 years and never thought of cheating. Yeah, I've never thought about cheating. That's just not, you can't do that. Gabriel, judging a book by its cover is 90% of dating nowadays. Whether it's good or bad, I trust my book inspecting skills, so may red flags avoided. So many red flags avoided.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, we are a plastic society. I don't even disagree with that.
Yeah, it's Lewis Hamilton and Kim K. I mean,
I don't even disagree with that.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Okay, real quick, I want to talk about clothes shopping. Jake, when's the last time you went shopping for clothes?
It's been a while, bro. Honestly, it's been a while. I would say probably when you and I went that first time I came up to Seattle. It's probably the last time I went. Yeah, it's
October.
It's been a while, dude. Because again, I just don't. I would clothes shop more if I was going into the office or like if I was somebody living a life where I went out to a lot more events or things like that and had to have a certain look. But I just don't. Like most of my like on the day to day, I pretty much wear the same stuff, and most of my expenses in terms of clothing or things like that is going to be for golf. So I have the fits that I know I like, and I just kind of update those as time goes on.
Okay, so I've been. You guys know I've been struggling with the clothing thing. All of my clothes are gigantically too big, and so I when did it become the norm that a pair of slacks is $100? A pair of pants.
Well, what kind of pants? Like
five pocket classic pants from Lululemon, $138.
Well, that's all you got to say.
Okay. 5 pocket pants from Cool, KUHL, $109. When did this become the norm? Golf pants at Nike, $100. Like you look across the clothing landscape, $100. So when you're in transitions, such as in like myself, and you're losing weight and you don't really have a lot of clothes that fit you, I'm not in a place where I want to pay $100 for a pair of pants.
Right.
So Callaway Apparel, like the golf company, had a huge sale. I bought some pants. Well, that was 2 sizes ago now. I am 2 sizes down just since Christmas. Where I guess that would have been Black Friday. So here's the problem, though. Shopping for clothes online sucks. I hate everything about it. I hate it. And I ordered some pants on Amazon, and they're actually really great pants. They're $29. Like they're and I'm wearing the black ones. Like they're nice pants. Like I ain't got no issues with them. They got the 5 pockets, and I don't hate them. They're super comfortable. But here's the problem. I ordered a pair of black ones, blue ones, and gray ones.
Not white ones.
Not white ones. I considered white, but the blue ones were shipped. Clearly they were a return because they were balled up inside the bag and they had a bunch of stains on them. And my wife was like, oh, well, dude, that's because somebody washed them. So I guess they leave these detergent stains on them. Well, why did you resell them to me? Oh, because they just got sent back to Amazon, who restocked them and then shipped them back out. That's what you run into. I ordered a pair of golf joggers that were supposed to be really high-end dress joggers for golf. They sent me sweatpants. Literally sent me a pair of sweatpants. You have no idea what you're getting. You have no idea what condition what you're getting and what it will be in. Shopping for clothes online is a pain in the ass. So we walk a lot in Seattle. We live in downtown Seattle. So we go for multiple. I probably go for 3 walks a day. And we walked over to Fial Raven is the name of this brand. Their pants are $120. So we walk into Cool, KUHL. Is it Kuhl or Cool? Whatever the hell it is.
Yeah.
KUHL. $109 for their pants. I can't do it anymore. Like, I am amazed. And then you hear that the tariffs got struck down by the Supreme Court. We're not, those prices aren't going to come down because tariffs went away.
Nope.
Because now we're all paying that $100 for a pair of pants. So now the prices are not going to come down. The car prices won't come down. Food prices have not come down. Right? Like, we're paying $84 for a pair of Levi's.
Yeah, this is my point, though. Like, I think that this is why I always say this plays into this is why I'm so on the narrative of like, hey, like you gotta ideally, I think that you gotta get yourself set up. Obviously there was a reason you guys live in Seattle, but like if you guys didn't have a need to be in Seattle, like I would never live somewhere that costs that much to live, and then all the other things on top of it. It used to be that you could absorb the cost of the living, and then everything else around that was affordable, right? Like everything from clothing to goods to food, like just all that other stuff, like all the other costs in life were more affordable. And that to me is the biggest problem is that to your point, like shopping online has always been, to me, the only thing that you can shop online for reliably is shoes. You know what you're getting. If you have experience with Nike, you know what the quality is going to be. You can tell the quality difference by the pictures and the price, the way they price and picture their product.
I would agree.
Like you can tell, you know what you're getting. But I think when it comes to clothes, it's just so hit or miss, depending on how the pant is cut, depending on the like. I don't mind joggers. I don't love golfing in them. I have 2 pairs of them. I have 2 different kinds of them. There's one I like and one I don't like. And I also have pants, and it just is day to day on what I like. But I'll tell you this, like I don't take a lot of risk with clothing. I think it's just you have, once you get a couple of nice pairs of pants, you got to ride those things out. You got to take care of them, and you got to have them as long as you can. But I think also, obviously, with weight loss and everything, that makes it more challenging. So it's like, probably wouldn't be, if I was you, I probably wouldn't be buying a lot either. I would probably just, unfortunately, wait. Like, I don't know what else you're supposed to do.
Yeah. But this is the whole thing right here.
Yes.
I miss being able to go to the mall, and I've actually lost enough weight where I can shop at any store I want now. Right? Like it used to be, I was so fat I couldn't buy clothes pretty much anywhere but DXL. And even that's a racket because you're fat, so they charge you more for your clothes.
Yeah.
Right. And so going to the mall now, it just, I don't know. Everything is so expensive.
Yeah.
And I love Lululemon pants. I love them. But look at the cost of a belt. Do you know how expensive flipping belts are?
That's why I don't buy pants that take belts. I try to stick with drawstring or elastic.
And I hate elastic and drawstring pants. I hate them.
Well,
I am into the tech pant, the 5-pocket, and not the pocket that's on like the side of your hip. I want the top loading pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And that comes at a price. And so now with this, yes, I miss the glory days of the mall.
Yes.
Hanging out. You guys remember like
where the fall off of Foot Locker needs to be studied.
You used to be able to go to House of Hoops, or you used to be able to go with your friends and get Cavaricci. Like I had the best selection of Cavaricci pants. Like I can't even tell you. Do you guys remember Z Cavaricci? You probably don't, but I'm probably the only one that remembers those pants. But man, it used to be awesome. We have one mall here in Bellevue that's a really high-end mall. I don't mind. They have they have a Nike store. They have Lulu, North Face. Like I can go shop at those stores, but it's so expensive. Why would I do that? And now what's going to happen with me I'm probably going to keep buying clothes on Amazon because I'll buy 4 or 5 pairs of something, try them on, and return the ones I don't want.
Yeah.
And I feel bad doing that.
You shouldn't. Shouldn't feel bad at all. That's the process. Don't feel bad.
That's the process now.
That's the process now. Don't feel bad.
That is the process now. Which is why I would never sell clothes on Amazon.
Yeah. And I would especially say that with Amazon specifically, that is the culture with buying clothes. You buy, you find what you're looking for or what you think is the best match for what you want. And you got to buy 4 or 5 pairs, knowing that you're going to return 3 to 4 pairs of those and just pick the best one. And that's unfortunately how we do it now.
Yes.
And that's why I say, like, I'm not spending nearly as much as I used to on shoes or clothing or any of that aesthetic
stuff. We
stuff.
also work at home. Like, I look at my wife.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My wife, I am happy to, like, my wife loves Brooks Brothers, the store Brooks Brothers.
Yeah.
We bought her this beautiful cable sweater, this red cable sweater. Like, I'm happy to do that because she goes to an office every day. She works around people. I work at home. I'll pay $29 to go golf in pants.
Yeah.
I don't want to. I want the Lululemon 5 ABC 5-pocket classic pant. If you could give me 20 pairs of those, done. Size 38, boom, done. 38, 32, boom, done. But that'd also be almost $1,000, $1,000. And I'm not willing to pay it.
No.
So,
nope. Yeah,
you know.
I and that's why I say, like, I just think that, I don't know, it's really unfortunate. It's like you said, feeling bad. I almost feel bad that that's my stance with life right now. You know, I like, for millennials and Gen Z, like your generation, I think, you know, benefits a little bit from better times before, and that allowed you guys to get a little bit set up. But I just think cost is still the cost. And I think that it's just really frustrating that we're in this place right now with things like clothes and, you know, going to restaurants and like all the stuff we used to love is no longer there. So now you're pushing me to a place where I'm like, yeah, dude, I'm going to invest in my at-home setup with pretty much everything. I'm going to live in a place that's cheaper to live. I'm going to find a place that is bigger and can sustain more of the stuff I like to do at home. Like I'm going to get a place that's got a backyard that I can set up a hitting net in, and I'm going to do all that. And I'm going to invest in that, because those are the areas where I can cut costs long term. And it's everything from you know, having a baby Traeger to having the Blackstone to you know, not buying clothes as much, to like, it's all like, not golf clubs. Perfect example. Not buying new golf clubs, like taking care of the ones I have and riding those things out as long as I can. Like it's fine. I'm not a pro golfer. Probably don't need new clubs constantly. Like I don't have to get that, you know, it's a want, but it's not a need. Like those are the things I look at in life. And I'm like, yeah, dude, like, yeah, would I love a new pair of those pants? Because I love them too. That specific pant, love that pant. It's a great pant. It's great for golf. You don't have to worry about stuff falling out of the pockets. It's comfortable. It wicks sweat. Like, it's perfect. Yeah. But they are expensive as hell. So it's like, yeah, sorry, man. Like, I'm not paying it. I'll pay it probably. I will probably get, I don't know how much weight I'll lose on Zepbound, or I don't really have a number in mind. I don't have, you know, like, I'm just playing it by ear basically. But when I figure out whatever that is, at that time, I will probably invest in a couple of nice pairs of pants that I can use long term. Yep. I'm just like several of you in the comments section. I love 501s. I don't have a pair right now. I will again have a pair at some point. But it's just, I'm just pretty frustrated with, like, yeah, would I love to live in LA and go out and have a nice car and do all those things? Yes, I would. But it's really difficult for me to look at it and be like, yeah, that makes sense, because it doesn't.
It's so funny you said that. I said to my wife, you know, we're paying what we said we were never going to pay in LA. We didn't move to LA because it was too expensive. We live in Seattle and we're paying what we were going to pay in LA. Yeah, and now LA is more expensive than that. That's the problem, dude. Life is stupidly expensive. So, yeah. Malls were the best, going to Foot Locker and then trying to meet girls walking around. Yeah. Dude, I used to work at Foot Locker, and the mall the mall in the 90s and 2000s. It was a vibe. It was the place to be, dude. Yeah. No, Monty just talked about Cavarici pants in earlier comments. So I'm sorry I missed that. I loved my Z Cavaricis. I am a traditional 501 kind of guy. Z Cavs and Gerbus were for suckers, dude. 501 button flies and Z Cavaricis. Done. That's all I lived for when I was a young puck growing up. All right, couple more, then we got to roll. New button fly 501s. They were murder when new if you had to go to the bathroom in a hurry, dude. And then they would just remember how much. If you've never had a pair of 501 button fly jeans, dude, they're incredible. But you would get them and they'd be really firm. They're like, yeah. But you would wash them and then they'd be soft. But the problem is they'd be a size smaller because they always shrank. And I'm telling you, it was a vibe, dude. It was absolutely a vibe. Incredible. Don't even get me started with the car market and the housing market. That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, it's just, how do you say to millennials, Gen Z, and you know, anybody after that, how do you say to them, yeah, dude, you should go and live in these major metros and just sacrifice your monthly like, I don't know how you send that message. It's just not, it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make
no
sense.
idea. Shopping and TV watching are the dregs of society right now.
100%.
I absolutely hate the way we shop, and I hate the way we watch TV.
Yeah.
It just, and the thing that I enjoy going, the new grocery store here in Seattle I go to is called QFC. I like shopping at QFC and I like shopping at Costco. And it amazes me. I live in a condo tower in the middle of downtown Seattle. I will walk out my front door every day and there will be 3-4 doors that just have grocery bags sitting in front of them from Amazon Fresh deliveries. It's like, that's not how I want my shit delivered to me.
Yeah.
I want to go and pick it out, right? Like,
why are you living downtown if you're not going to go out and enjoy downtown?
It's crazy, man. It is absolutely crazy to me, the way that we shop and we watch TV. Yeah. I hate it. All right, got to roll. The Monty Show is always presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. Good to see everybody. Happy Monday to you. Really appreciate everybody that comments on the show. Please hit the like button on the way out. Follow us on Twitter. We both broadcast the show live on Twitter, although I know people were asking me why the broadcast stream is different.
Twitter had issues last week. Had issues last week.
And now they've changed the way that your live stream is posted. You have to actually go and post it. Now, it's kind of crazy, but I got it figured out. The Monty Show on Twitter. SLC Jake on Twitter. I think, are you still SLC
yes.
Jake? You
yes.
are. There you go. Say goodbye, Jake, I guess. Yeah. The Monty Show is always presented by The Advocates at theadvocates.com. Until tomorrow, say goodbye, Jake.
Goodbye, Jake.